And solutions for every industry, backed by 24/7 support, free access to product specialists, and an experienced staff. In over 250 local branches, call or click Grainger.com or stop on by. Now we're done. See ya.
Now I'm done.
Clones, listen up. Not all beef jerky is the same. In fact, there are major differences in quality from one brand to the next. Old Trapper is a better way to snack, chock full of good protein to satisfy your manliest hunger cravings. Every bite is better for you and higher in essential protein than chips, sugar-filled energy bars, and candy. Old Trapper in the Clearview bag is the world's finest jerky, made with only the best ingredients. So ask for Old Trapper by name because no other jerky compares. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Napa know-how.
Some things just go better together, like a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil and a platinum filter for $26.48. It's like bacon and eggs, hot dogs and mustard, or Joni and Chachi. Ask your dad about it. That's Napa full synthetic and a platinum filter for $26.48. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General States pricing. Sales prices not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 6/30/21.
Jersey Mike's crew doesn't just walk right in and make a sub. We're there early, slicing veggies, baking bread, grilling bacon. Then we walk right in and make a sub, because freshly prepared ingredients make a sub above. The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio perfect for some outdoor dining. Stop by AJ's on Monday for open mic, music on the patio on Tuesday, sports trivia with me, Clip Brock, on Wednesdays, and music bingo on Thursday. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number one.
The whole family's home. It's almost time to eat again, but you don't feel like cooking again. So close the microwave, put away that box of instant whatever, drop your spatula, pick up the phone, and get a big bow box delivered with 8 pieces of legendary fried chicken, fluffy buttermilk biscuits, fixins, and tea. Because no one ever said a home-cooked meal has to be cooked at home. Just tap your favorite delivery app for a big bow box at your front door. And it's bow time.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Hello, this is Michael McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel and general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East providing services to ECU and Pitt County Athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
Classic sports moments never get old, and neither does classic food from CPW's. CPW's classic menu is back with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, the Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. Start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's, serving classics in Greenville since 1995. Stanton Square near the hospital.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. You are tuned in on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, or perhaps 104.1 in Washington, or 1250, 930. We're available online at pr927fm.com, and you can watch our program. Make sure you are subscribed to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. You can find the program and other videos there, including Pirate Radio Trivia, our live watch-along, all the ECU post-game press conferences as well, available on our YouTube page and on Facebook. And we are on Facebook Live as well, so you can chime into the program today via Facebook Live, YouTube, or Twitter. Thank you for being a part of today's program. We have a lot of guests to get to for the next 3 hours. In about 30 minutes, we'll talk to Double B, Brian Bailey. He was in Nashville. He's currently in Virginia. We'll play Where in the World is Brian Bailey and recap the Nashville Super Regional with Double B as ECU loses 2 straight to Vanderbilt, 2-0 and 4-1. We'll recap that quite a bit on today's program. We'll also talk some high school baseball playoffs. D.H. Conley will be a part of postseason high school baseball. We'll talk to their coach, Jason Mills, at around 4 o'clock. At 4:40, head baseball coach at North Pitt, Ryan Meadows, will join us on the show. We'll talk to J.H. Rose's RV, Ronald Vincent, coming up on Tuesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. So some postseason high school baseball talk coming up in hour number 2, along with Jeff Nadu, as we'll talk NBA playoffs and more with the big man. And then hour 3, Troy D will be here, fresh off a trip to Nashville, and he'll recap what he saw, all the sights and sounds there of the Super Regional as ECU falls to Vanderbilt. We got Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, and the big dog going 3 deep today in Studio B. And Ellerbe joins me to my left. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Clipper. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Are you safe today?
Safe. I am feeling safe, coming off an ECU baseball weekend. And, ready to go. Kind of bummed. The last 2 weeks were a lot of fun. Talking to ECU baseball, talking to past Pirates, talking to the current players, Cliff Godwin, and kind of bummed that it's all come to an end.
Yeah, it was fun games to watch, just not the outcomes we wanted. And, Vanderbilt, just a heck of a baseball program, and one the Pirates just couldn't outmatch, and played 2 tough games, and unfortunately back to the drawing boards for 2022.
Yeah, ECU is a very good program, a top 15 program in college baseball, and Vanderbilt is just at another tier, especially when you look at their 2 pitchers. ECU, 2 hits on Saturday, I think 3 on Friday, so 5 hits in 2 games, 1 run in 2 games. Just couldn't scratch anything together offensively against Rocker, against Leiter, against their bullpen arms, which I think they only used 2 different bullpen guys all weekend. The Maldonado guy comes in to get the save on a Saturday, and we can talk about the umpires too if folks would like.
Well, what was your complete, honest recap of the umpires?
It was brutal Friday, and then Cliff Godwin started yelling and cussing at the ump from the dugout, and it evened out a little bit. Gavin got a pretty bad call to end the inning, just like Rocker had a few times, so kind of even out there. Wisenhunt, man, I hope we don't forget the effort he put out on Saturday. He was fantastic for 4 innings. maybe lost it a little bit, and he got squeezed there in the 5th inning. He left the game. Later in the game, Cam Colmore looked like he had a pitch. I mean, it was a tad high, but on a 3-ball count, you're going to get that pitch 9 times out of 10. He didn't get it. He was squeezed. So very, I've watched a lot of baseball in my life. I'm not going to say the umps were cheating for Vanderbilt by any means, but very inconsistent home plate umpiring for such a big stage.
Yeah, and I don't think that was the reason the Pirates, I think the stats you gave earlier of the number of hits in one run is just not going to cut the mustard when you're on the road at a SEC school or in a super regional. But certainly a great season for Cliff Godwin. I thought this was going to be third year was going to be the charm in the super regionals. It wasn't meant to be. So got to regroup. The Pirates are going to lose some players and have to figure out how to get back to that elite level again next year.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that later on this week. Ronnie Woodward, Stephen Igo, and recap this season, but also look ahead to 2022. Who's leaving? Who's staying? Who's coming in? Newcomers. So we will dissect all that as we move along here this week on Pirate Radio Live. Tim on Facebook Live says props to NC State for beating Arkansas this weekend, especially after Game 1 when Arkansas scored 21 runs. NC State moving to Omaha with a -17 run differential in the Fayetteville Super Regional.
Probably had the most embarrassing game of any Super Regional, but probably the two best. I watched the end of that game yesterday with the top of the 9th home run, and it was the Wolfpack. They found a way to scratch out 2 wins the next 2 days and took out the number 1 team in the country.
They started the season 1-8 in conference play.
Not how you start, it's how you finish, and NC State proved that this year.
Speaking of Omaha, I had a beautiful idea about Omaha just a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
The Vanderbilt Whistler getting thrown out of TD Ameritrade Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska.
Well, he's been there before. I think that's where he kind of got.
Look, hey, I just need him to be kicked out.
Why?
I just need security to take care of that issue.
I don't think it's going to happen.
So he can go.
The Whistler?
So he can go. I mean, he's allowed.
Yeah.
He's making man-made noises.
Unless, somebody physically takes him out, like punches him when he gets in a fight or something. Like, I don't think you can remove somebody for whistling.
Oh, I thought about it for 9 innings apiece. 2 days, how to take care of the Whistler.
It is pretty constant, nonstop.
Yeah, and it's really the early innings when you don't have as much crowd noise and you've got him just going at it. That's when it's the worst.
Yeah, I tell you what, ECU fans did a good job of kind of canceling out that.
Well, they built their chance.
ECU.
Yeah, they built the chance off the whistle.
That was a good idea
to counteract it, which I thought was smart.
The question is when the Whistler is no longer able to whistle at Vanderbilt, will Vanderbilt have him record kind of like the Pirates run Les Garner singing the 7th inning stretch?
It's kind of like the Yankees with the announcer
with Derek Jeter,
the Derek Jeter thing.
Jeter.
I mean, I'm just thinking it's kind of one of those things.
But then at that point, the NCAA has control over it because they can tell you not to do it.
I think there's just going to be, it's just going to get passed down generation to generation.
Is there more
Is a
people
Whistler
that can
Jr.?
whistle that?
Well, there's 2 whistlers.
Oh, there are? At Vanderbilt?
What?
One of them does the 1, 2, 3, and then there's another one that does a different cadence. We'll get Troy will be here. He had an up close and personal look at the main whistler.
Yeah,
right. The one behind home plate,
and we'll get his take on it.
Should we try to get a whistler here at ECU?
No, hell no.
No whistling.
Put one right by Clip's window up in the press box. Interrupt his
sounds
PA
like you
abilities.
sounds like you want to sit near one too, big dog.
What's that?
You want to sit near a whistler, right?
I do not. No, I don't want to be near the whistlers. I don't want to be near the megaphone people. I'm fine with it. The one video we put out of the makeshift megaphones out in the outfield.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite part of the video was below the gentleman with the makeshift megaphones was a lady holding her child in one hand and just pounding beers with the other one.
What?
I was with it.
I never did get an answer. So was the megaphones not allowed into the stadium?
I don't know. That's a good question for Troy D. My guess is because it's not man-made, because the Whistler does it only with his...
It is a large item.
Yeah, and I don't think they let you bring noisemakers into the stadium.
You could potentially assault somebody or throw that on the field or what.
Or I just think using it to yell into is not your natural...
You can't have any enhancers.
Enhancers, yes.
They brought signage in and turned it into a makeshift.
If I told you East Carolina could get a Whistler and a trip to Omaha next year, would you take it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd take whatever to get there. We could have somebody behind home plate just hollering the entire game. It'd be fine with me.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the
If it takes a Whistler, we've been doing it wrong the whole time.
Maybe Vanderbilt's figured something out there. Can we also get two top 5 pitching prospects?
That would be great. That would help you get to Omaha as well.
No doubt.
2 generational talents.
Yeah, on the same staff.
Once in a lifetime talents on the same staff, facing them back to back on the same weekend.
But this isn't the first time this guy's done it. I mean, David Price. I mean, they've had some great athletes and pitchers and players that have come through Vanderbilt. So, kudos.
Kudos to Vandy. Chandler and I are rooting for Dallas Baptist currently. They're up 2-1 on Virginia in the bottom of the fifth. And I'll be rooting for them since, I mean, they're going to be the underdog in Omaha if they advance. But I don't mind rooting for Vanderbilt. Like, I like Leiter and Rocker. I like their little catcher. Like, I'm okay with them. They didn't rub me the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm with it from here on out. I'm probably pulling for Vanderbilt over whoever else. Definitely over State.
Jay says, what would have been the pros, cons of Cliff to get tossed? Umps were the worst ever. 2 different strike zones.
I thought Friday was the day to get tossed.
Cons, he leaves the game. Potentially his last game that a lot of those players are playing. Pros, I don't know. I mean, I guess it would have fired up the fan base, but as far as what it accomplishes, not much.
Yeah, I don't know if it moves the needle for changes the game.
Like I said, when he was arguing on Friday, it felt like things kind of turned around. He intimidated the ump into calling some pitches ECU's way.
Yeah.
So, and he was barking at him when he went to pull Colmore on Saturday.
Yes.
So, and I mean, I think those umps know that they stink, so they let him argue a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit.
So, who do you think these? I mean, ranking of what the storyline of the series was? Where do the umps fit in the 1 through 5? Like, I mean, I think the Vanderbilt pitchers are number 1.
Yeah, they're top 5 for sure. Yeah, Vanderbilt pitchers, ECU pitchers, Gavin Williams, his performance, Carson Wisenhunt, his performance.
Maybe 4th. Like, you get the pitchers are 1, 2. I would put Vanderbilt's catcher at 3. I think he was very important. CJ Rodriguez
threw a lot of runners out. Framed
his
a lot
framing
of
the pitches was excellent.
Hit a couple balls off the left field wall, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like, their bats were not super impressive. They had some key hits.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of amazing. He told us that going into the series when he came on. He's seen them twice this year. He said that if you could get past the pitching, they're beatable because they don't really have a whole lot of offense.
Yeah. So I'd go Vandy pitching, ECU pitching, Vandy catcher, umps, Josh Moylan just for hitting the dinger and getting the Pirates on the board.
Yes, I think
Whistler has honorable mention.
Yeah. Where does the Whistler? The Whistler has to come in.
I don't think we put him in there because, like I said earlier, the ECU fans did a good job of feeding off of that.
I don't think he had an effect on the outcome. I think he had an effect on us watching the games and making us irritated.
He definitely stood out, and I know everybody that was there really understood where he was in the ballpark.
Redbeard says there's college baseball still going on. I thought it ended Saturday. You know, I thought I would feel the same way. I went by my folks' house on Friday. It was my mom's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Belated birthday, Pam.
Brock.
And I said, you know, if ECU loses tomorrow, I'm probably done. He said, yeah, I'm the same. Because, I can watch any football game, any basketball game. For baseball, if it's not the Braves or Pirates playing, I kind of struggle to watch. However, I was locked in on Saturday to State, Arkansas, to LSU, Tennessee. Watched them yesterday. I'm watching Dallas Baptist, Virginia now. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm sticking in this thing.
Yeah, I think I'm here for the run.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think I bought into the idea of the tournament maybe, and I don't have to have stakes to watch.
It's not appointment television for me, but I'm picking college
baseball.
It's
good summer in the background television.
I'm picking college baseball over MLB baseball right now. If I'm
definitely that.
Like Sunday night baseball last night versus the Arkansas State game or whatever else was on.
Yeah,
I was watching the college baseball.
Yeah.
Well, there's something at stake. There's something to play for there.
Sure. Yeah,
and especially if Dallas Baptist goes on to Omaha, I'm definitely tuned in.
You gotta get a shirt?
Probably. Why not?
You're not even Baptist, though. I am, bro.
I just want them to get out of that limbo regional that they're in.
Clip Baptist.
Reedy Branch, Free Will Baptist.
I I always like a good underdog.
I'm a former Baptist athlete. Played softball, basketball for the church. Ellerbe.
Are you a currently active member there?
I am not. Well, I don't know.
So you're an honorary fan for Dallas Baptist?
A deep, sure am. Although I hate Dallas. Like the Baptist, hate the Dallas part. I'm a little conflicted, but I am a Patriot.
Maybe you just say DBU.
DBU. So yeah, we'll keep rooting for those guys tonight. I guess we'll root for Notre Dame. Link Jarrett, right? Pirate Connection.
It's tough to root for Notre Dame.
His son plays at NC State. I found that out yesterday.
There's an interesting link.
You know what I thought was egregious about Notre Dame? The gold batting helmets are egregious.
Thanks, Shirley. I tweeted about that. They are obnoxiously shiny.
Yeah, it's too much.
They're like Rudy movie shiny.
They are bling bling. They play Mississippi State tonight.
Yep. Tonight, 7 o'clock.
Winner take all. So there you go. There's your college baseball. I'm into it.
Are you into so you're on the Link Jarrett bandwagon?
Sure.
That angle?
Yeah. I do also need an angle if I'm going to watch, and I'll take that angle. I'll root for the Irish, I guess.
Like Kurt.
Yeah, that's very good, Ellerbe. That's my kind of humor right there.
Evidently not Shirley.
All right, so ECU is donezo, and man, it was tough to watch Cliff after that one, Ellerbe.
Yes,
Shirley hit you got Cliff Godwin 5. This is him one-on-one with Brian Bailey. This is after the press conferences and everything. Bailey got him for a second. And Cliff could not hide his emotions at that point, and here's that.
The message you said out in there was life's not fair sometimes.
It's not, man. We're doing the right things, and we're going to knock the door down. I just don't know when it's going to be, as I've said, and that's the part that hurts the most.
That's Cliff Godwin. All the emotions coming out after working so hard this season, and probably too, it's all a lot of that's probably about Tyler Smith, Cam Colmore, Matt Bridges, all they had given to ECU. He sat up there with them on the press conference and knows the work they put in, and the emotions kind of spilled over there.
I'm kind of hoping at this point that that the Pirates, when they knock the door in, they just go out there and win the whole daggone thing. Like
you're kind of hoping that,
like Coastal Carolina, that is just like it's just this magical run that not only did they get to Omaha, but they finished that mission one, but the real mission to bring home a national championship, and maybe all the magic of June will work right for East Carolina one day soon.
And I certainly agree with the people, and I've said this in the past too. The road to go is through Greenville to play a regional here, to play a super regional here. We are 0-6 now playing super regionals.
1-12.
One in games. Yeah. That's a tough stat. Well, and how many runs scored in that process?
Yeah.
I mean, ECU has struggled to put anything across the board against elite super regional pitching. But you played one of those, Ellerbe, in Kinston, correct? The rest have been on road ball fields.
Yeah, 2 of them were in Kinston. They went 0-2 in Kinston.
And you got to get one here in Greenville, I think, if you want to go and get some luck. I saw during a rain delay, they went back to the ESPN studio and they were talking about, the Pirates have been there so many times, and they went over that number, the most appearances without making it to Omaha, and talk about how you need some luck there. And by that, your draw in the super regional not being the top 2 pitchers in all of college baseball. Have an upset on the other side, and then you can play a lesser opponent, get to Omaha that way. But it's just
Arkansas was playing a lesser opponent.
I know. No, it doesn't mean it always happens.
Yeah.
It just means that there's luck involved in everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, probably the best way that East Carolina is going to host a super regional is that we win our regional, and then that because we're probably more than likely always going to be the lower seed when it comes. I mean, we're probably going to be 9 through 16 when we're seeded in regionals. I just don't know if it's just we have to have an incredible, magical and regular season.
The conference just isn't there to run through it and to get in a high enough RPI,
and hopefully next year they'll go back to just the 3 conference games, and we get those midweek games where we'll play the NC States and other teams. And we had a good RPI this year with Old Dominion and Charlotte, and a lot of good teams that were on there. But the Pirates are. My guess is the Pirates. I would bank that they were going to have to be that 9 through 16 seed that's going to have the 1 through 8 fall.
And then Georgia Tech beats a Vanderbilt,
right?
And then we host Georgia Tech.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I would love that outcome to come to fruition one day. The emotions running high after this game. Let's hear from the players. Shirley, as Igo and Ronnie asked Matt Bridges, Cam Colmore, Tyler Smith to kind of sum up their feelings at ECU. Oh, Shirley's not there. We'll wait on her to get back. Shirley, if we can hit Matt Bridges first as he sums up his time at East Carolina.
To sum it up in a whole, I think is quite a lot. I don't really have a lot of words to do that. But I'll say one thing. Coming to East Carolina was the best decision of my life, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Coach Godwin and he and the team and the program, man, they've taught me life lessons that I'll never forget. And we've won some championships here. We haven't got to the promised land yet, but where we want to go. But man, it's coming, and I don't know when that's going to be. We say that all the time, but it's coming, and we're going to knock on that door every time until it happens. And I just can't thank Coach Godwin enough for giving me the opportunity to play here, and it's a special place, and that's about it. That's all I got right now.
It is going to be weird to see an ECU baseball team without Matt Bridges and Cam Colmore on it. Cam Colmore also gave his thoughts on leaving East Carolina after all these years.
Yeah, I would just say, this shout out to the coaches and the guys that played before us. Not just me and Matt and Schmitty, but, the guys that, the Chris Holbas, and all those guys. There's a lot of them, but the guys that came before us and, set the standard for, what ECU baseball is. And, since then, we never look back, and we always talk about leaving a legacy and leaving the place better than you found it. And, I think us 3 have done that. So.
All right, and finally, Tyler Smith, very emotional after his final game at East Carolina.
To be honest, right now I'm speechless. These past 5 years have been the best 5 years of my life, and I would do it all over again if I could. Just because of these guys and the coaches for giving me the opportunity. I don't have much to say right now. I just love this place so much.
All right, there is Smitty, Cam Colmore, Matt Bridges, and it's about what happens on the field. It's also off the field and the relationships made, Ellerbe, with the jungle folks and the players' families. And I felt it when I went out there last Sunday. It was kind of an ECU family reunion with everybody back at Clark LeClaire, and just such a special time for those guys. They all said, the best years of their lives so far, and they're certainly going to miss it. But it's college athletics. Guys come, guys move along, and we're going to have some a new crop of Pirates come in and try to get to Omaha. And
when East Carolina knocks that door down, it's going to be so great for those guys that have helped build the program.
Definitely,
they're going to celebrate as much as the 25 players on the team. And
we got to allow the former players to join the dog pile.
And I think those guys, you see the reaction on Twitter from all the former players of you feel like they're still on the team, and they are, and they have Cliff's back, and Cliff has their back, and they just it's as I said, Cliff Godwin has built a very special program here at East Carolina, and it shines a positive light on the entire university, and it's, I think, something everybody can be proud of. And eventually the goals of getting to Omaha, maybe winning a national title, that'll happen. It's just we don't know when, but certainly it's a fun team to watch going out to Clark LeClaire Stadium, and certainly hopefully the Pirates gives you something to look forward to for next year.
I had Chris Holba on the show last week. Smitty called him out there, and Holba had Tommy John surgery, so he is injured at the moment, not playing. But when we had him on the phone, he was on his way to Nashville and said he was meeting up with some guys, and that's pretty cool to have all those former player still a part of the program.
And you see a lot of Cliff's teammates. We had some pictures of Chad Tracy and Corey Scott. I mean, it goes deeper than just the 7 years of Cliff Godwin as coach, and I think it makes it special because Cliff was a player here. That all the connections with all the former players and stuff. So it's a great program and something for East Carolina fans to be proud of. And hopefully, bigger and better things are on the horizon in the future.
Ellerbe, how about the college football bombshell that dropped last week? While we were all kind of focused on ECU baseball, we talked about it some on the show, but the College Football Playoff Management Committee will consider expanding the current 4-team field to a 12-team format. This is an article by Heather Dinich from ESPN. You would have the 6 highest conference championship winners, highest ranked conference winners for their championship game, and then 6 at-larges. If you win your conference championship, you will be eligible to be one of the top 4 teams, which would receive a bye. And then it would go 5-12, 6-11, 7-10, 8 versus 9. This is, I'm still looking for the catch. Like, what? Like, this sounds too good to be true, almost.
Well, obviously they haven't put the pencil to the paper exactly of how to maximize and make a certain amount of money and squeeze out the boring bowl games that don't mean anything, because that's what's gonna affect. I mean, it's headed in the right direction. I mean, it's easy to put together. The hard part is how to divide up the money. And that's where the devil's in the details of why, ESPN and the SEC and the Big 12 and Big 10, ACC, and they all got to figure out how they're going to get the lion's share of the money and opportunity to be in those games. And ESPN's going to try to do the same thing. So once they get that all figured out, and the crazy thing is it looks like Notre Dame's out there kind of like, hey guys,
I'm shocked by that.
That they're kind of dissing Notre Dame a little bit in these original reports and articles and stuff.
They can get in as an at-large, but if they don't have a conference championship, so it would be they can't get in automatically, and they could go 12-0 and not receive a bye. The best they could be is a 5.
I like it. Hey, look, you're welcome to be an independent. You're welcome to make your own, make your own money from NBC and do whatever. But here's the rules: how everybody else is going to play by it, and you're not a one-team conference.
But this gives ECU something to play for. Like, I hate to say it, but in years past, the carrot at the end of the stick was a conference title and a Liberty Bowl is the best you could do, realistically. Now you have a chance to be in a playoff for a national championship.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we're just like talking about a 12-team playoff is awesome, but how they're making it's going to get drawn out and being so complicated of how you got to do this and do that. It's a lot easier said than done. But as I said, they got to figure out the money stuff first.
Yeah, I mean, but okay, I like that you're taking a negative look at it because
they could implement it this year if they wanted to.
Sure.
I mean, you got all these committee people with all this experience and stuff. It's not.
Got to have 7 more meetings.
Yeah, I mean, you got to meet to have a meet, and then you got to raise up. I mean, they're going to raise up. Well, what about this scenario? What if we get screwed? They really don't want the little guys around, although they're going to give them a better.
But that's why I'm so confused about it.
They're going to give them a better seat at the table. It seems like
a seat at the table.
Yes,
a for the first time ever. Now, last year, if you look at it, you would have had Coastal Carolina and Cincinnati in.
Yeah.
However,
it works for Omaha. It works for March Madness. It can work for college football.
Coastal Carolina would have been the 12. Knowing what they know now, would they have bumped North Carolina or Northwestern ahead of Coastal Carolina and said one of them are 12? Coastal, you're 13. You just missed out.
Oh, there's going to be some.
Good luck next year.
The 13 is going to be the new number 5 for sure. But that's the way it's going to go. But hey, the crazy thing is how scheduling will go in the future of how people will people schedule with the Power 5 and Group of 5 continue to schedule each other, because that's an opportunity for them to get upsets and help build their case towards being a playoff team.
So you think that kind of goes away and it's just Power 5 versus Power 5 non-conference? Power 5 versus FCS?
Yeah, and how are they going to make all these teams play?
Do FCS games count moving forward?
It shouldn't.
On your record?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody should play FCS teams. FCS should play FCS. I think it's just real simple. It's just play within your division.
Yeah.
Play within the teams that you should be able to compete with and compete for a playoff spot.
All right, Ellerbe, good stuff.
Yeah,
Enjoyed it.
NFC East and playing with the Canadian Football League.
No, we're not.
So,
I get it. Well said.
Yeah.
Our final Pirate Radio ECU baseball recap brought to you by Brandon Manning with Farm Bureau Insurance. Brandon was on the program last Thursday. Enjoyed talking some baseball with him. We had the uncomfortable discussion, which we'll continue to have about, is Cliff Godwin still going to be here next February when ECU baseball rolls around?
Well, I think that could be decided in the next 30 days too.
Yeah, keep an eye on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors, and there's he's a wanted man.
There are vacancies out there, and there is a domino effect with it. So
sure.
Call Brandon 531-1812. Brandon's clients always have a cell phone number. He's available before or after business hours. You can give him a call to schedule a review and get a free quote today thanks to Brandon Manning, Farm Bureau Insurance, for the Pirate Radio ECU baseball recap all season long.
And is Jeff Palumbo a hot commodity? He's been at East Carolina the whole time with Cliff, and there's some other jobs that could be open that maybe he might get an opportunity to be a head coach. So.
And he would certainly be on my list of if Cliff goes somewhere to become the head coach here at ECU.
But what if an opportunity comes up with him before?
Yeah, and it should. I think he's a fantastic coach. East Carolina, I saw a stat, had the best fielding percentage in all of college baseball. And that's Palumbo's forte right there. He is he's a great coach, and glad he's here. All right, Ellerbe, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
We will take a time out, come back, talk to Double B, Brian Bailey. He was live in Nashville. We'll get his thoughts on the trip, the baseball, everything in between. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. We are back with you after this.
Hey Birdland, Orioles 2021 single game tickets are on sale now for all games June through September at Orioles.com/tickets. Single game options are flexible and affordable with individual tickets starting as low as $15. You can choose from popular promo dates and fan favorite giveaways, including bobbleheads, t-shirts, caps, and more. Simply select your dates and purchase tickets now at Orioles.com/tickets. That's single game tickets as low as $15. Available to all fans now at Orioles.com/tickets.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here, and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games, and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
A car wash experience like no other is here at the new Tommy's Express. You'll enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride through our bright, inviting wash as luscious foams and soft cloths treat your car like new. After a final rinse, wax, and blow dry for a beautiful spot-free shine in just about 3 minutes, help yourself to our free vacuums and mat washers. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
At US Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to US Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. College athletes unionizing, it could very well happen. We'll have some fun next.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Former Atlanta Braves outfielder Terry Harper.
Well, Hank was the minor league director when I was coming up. A lot of times he used to give me a ride home after the game, and we would just talk baseball. As far as fundamentals, he didn't really talk a whole lot about that. We mostly just talk about the mental side of hitting.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Congress has introduced a bill to allow college athletes to form players' unions and be considered employees of their schools. 4 Democrats and 1 independent, Bernie Sanders of Vermont, co-authored the bill. Representative Lori Trahan of Massachusetts, a former volleyball player at Georgetown, has been particularly outspoken. She said the NCAA NCAA collects massive amounts of revenue off the backs of unpaid labor and offers no way for athletes to negotiate the compensation, safety, or playing conditions. It's time to finally end amateurism as we know it, is what she said. The NCAA, of course, is pushing back, saying turning student athletes into union employees is not the answer. The transfer portal, which is like a free agent system, name, image, and likeness is here, and could unionizing student athletes be next? In what just a few years ago would have thought to be impossible, now in 2021 is a real possibility. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Look for Sparky Snowballs location at the Food Truck Rodeo on the corner of Evans Street and Fire Tower Road, and remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com.
Yo, ho, you're listening to Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live, trying to hook up with Double B Brian Bailey. We'll get him on in just a moment. Right now, 2 games in college baseball today. The Super Regionals, the Columbia Super Regional. Dallas Baptist, a 2-1 lead over Virginia, but Virginia has a man on second with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. So the Patriots trying to hold on to their lead. Winner goes to Omaha. And then tonight, it'll be Notre Dame, Mississippi State in Game 3 of the Starkville Super Regional. Winner advancing to Omaha. So still 2 games going on. And we now, Shirley, did we get Bailey? No Bailey. All right.
No, Bailey, I think just based on the first time I tried to call him, I think he's going through an area where his cell signal is not all that great.
Okay.
So if we could just give it a couple of more minutes, I'll try again. But I can't seem to – I keep getting his voicemail after my first attempt where he picked up, but it was a bad reception.
He said he was in Virginia.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in one of those I don't know, backwoods areas that does not get good cell reception.
Yeah, he may be roaming around somewhere.
2 outs now. Chandler, should we do a live watch along for the last 3 innings of this game?
Yeah, why not?
We had
everybody loves a good watch along.
Shirley, do we have audio from our watch along on Friday where Shirley had left to go get lunch, so it was just me and Chandler left angry at what was happening with the umpires, and kind of blew over at one point when Kumar Rocker got a couple of calls against Thomas Francisco. And let's hear a little bit of that.
Here we go.
Francisco, not in second.
Ball.
My God!
You suck!
That is ridiculous!
Is this real life, Clip Rock? What the hell is this? If I was Rocker, I'd throw it 4 feet outside and ring him up. He may have had worst!
Plenty of gas left in this tank for Kumar Rocker. Backdoor breaking ball, he's got 10 punch outs. Gavin Williams has got 10 punch outs.
Oh my God! Okay, that was Chandler at the end, seeing a replay of the call. And
my favorite part of that entire video is Clip losing his mind and picking something up off the table and just chunking it toward the TV.
Well, thanks to everybody who tuned in and played along. We had some great giveaways, and I was tearing up little sheets of paper and drawing names out of a hat, and I'd balled all that into one paper ball. And I hit the TV pretty square.
Yeah, you did.
Thank goodness it wasn't anything more than a piece of paper.
That was more of a strike than what that strike was.
I first went to pick up the mic, and
then you realized
I should probably throw something soft.
If you go back and look at the video, you can see Clip kind of do a double take. He looks down and goes and looks back down and goes, "Oh yeah, this is what I want to throw." And he takes that ball of paper and just chunks it at the TV. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was bad. Brian Bailey was on the scene in Nashville. I believe we got him hooked up right now on the Fixed NC Live line. Bailey, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How's everybody?
We're good. Where in the world is Brian Bailey today?
Well, we had the day off, and so Bella and I snuck up to Virginia to see my mom and dad. I won't be able to see them for Father's Day, so I came up, spent a little time with them today, and now we're on the way back.
Good deal. Double B, we'll talk about your time in Nashville. Let's talk about the baseball on the field first. The Pirate Bats just could not find anything against the elite pitching of Vanderbilt. On the flip side, how about the performances for Gavin Williams and Carson Wisenhunt? We saw some fantastic pitching there in Nashville over the weekend.
It really did. I think the thinking in Nashville was that Gavin Williams probably made himself a couple of dollars with his performance. And Carson Wisenhunt gives us a glimpse of the future. There's your Friday night guy right there. So we've got a lot to think about with Pirate baseball. We're going to lose some talent, obviously, but there's a lot of talent coming in, and we got a chance to see some of it out there this weekend.
Bailey, you were able to capture some of the emotions after that game. We ran comments from Matt Bridges, Cam Colmore, Tyler Smith as they say goodbye to the Pirate Nation one final time, and also Cliff Godwin, your little one-on-one there where you asked him, he said the message was life not being fair, and Cliff kind of had to pause and had a few tears and got choked up a little bit and talked about that they're close. They're going to knock down that door one day. It's going to happen. He just doesn't know when. And that's what you like, a guy that is on your side. And Cliff Godwin lives it, breathes it, even more so than the fans. I think about it, Bailey, like I want Chase Young to hate the Eagles and Cowboys and Giants as much as I do. But I know that's not possible. I've been a Washington fan for 40 years. He's been there 1 year, so it's just not feasible. But Cliff Godwin, he's almost like a fan with his emotions, with how much he cares, and he cares more than anybody about this program.
Yeah, the term bleeding purple comes to mind, but obviously he's been around Eastern North Carolina all of his life. His mom and his dad were both in Nashville with him. That's his goal, is to get this team to Omaha, and we watch some of these other matchups, and it's not sour grapes. It's just the fact that part of the deal with the Super Regionals is who you match up with. And the Pirates matched up with the Louisville Cardinals in 19, and they were stacked with a couple of great pitchers and more offense than Vanderbilt had. And then you get stacked up with Vanderbilt. I think, if you'd looked at some of the other matchups, East Carolina would have matched up much better. Not saying they would have beaten anybody else in the field, although I think they would have. But when they got those two Vanderbilt aces, and the thinking all along was, well, we got to figure out a way to beat one of them. And I really thought up until, after Josh Bowen hit that home run in the seventh, I thought, okay, they still have a chance. It's 2-1, and they really got a chance to steal this one and then, maybe take game three. But it just didn't turn out that way. And Vanderbilt's a very good baseball team. Don't take anything away from them. And what Tim Corbin's done with that ball club, and I hope they win the national championship again. I think they're as good as anybody. And then you see an NC State team that absolutely gets throttled, the first day. Didn't even look like they deserved to be not in the super regional field, but in the whole regional field. And they come back and win two, and they're going to Omaha. So it's just one of those things. Baseball's a funny sport.
That's a wild stat, Bailey. NC State going to Omaha with a -17 run differential in their super regional. That's got to be a first.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Got to be a first, yeah.
Those aces for Vandy were as advertised, Bailey. Got some help from the umpiring. How much of a factor, how much did that weigh into the weekend, the umpiring? Is it just one of those things, or was that a big factor in your opinion?
Well, I just think it's something that, when you go on the road, you know you have to win all aspects of the game. You have to beat the other team, and sometimes you have to beat the guys in blue. I don't think anybody that wore blue that weekend or the umpires, had any say in the matter of who wins and who loses. But we all have seen some of the calls that are on video, and I saw them in person and wondered what in the world was wrong with this pitch, or how did that pitch get called a strike. But the bottom line is the pitchers for Vanderbilt were just a tad better than what East Carolina had as a hitting core, and the Pirates could win those two games. But and it wasn't the umpire's fault. They certainly didn't help the Pirate calls, and they may have benefited the Vanderbilt calls a little bit. But it's just one of those things. When you go on the road, you're an SEC opponent. I mean, you're going to have to play really, really well, maybe get a break or two. And that's what it seemed like. They just couldn't get, as a couple of, I think Franny said it, we got to string some hits together. They just never string any hits together. They get 3 one day and 2 the next.
Didn't have many opportunities with runners in scoring position either, Bailey, but when they did have guys on base, could not take advantage of it. And you have a couple on when Moylan hits that home run. It's a different story, but he hits a solo smash, and that's all the Pirates get all weekend.
Yeah, it was really, I don't want to say fascinating to watch, but because I've seen this team play all year long, and I know how good they are offensively. I know how Connor Norby hits the base. And when Connor Norby led off the game with a sinking liner, and I thought may have been caught, but it was a good call. Obviously, he did trap it, but it was a great play by the outfielder to trap it. But I thought, hey, that's we only had 3 hits yesterday. We already got 1, but they just got shut down from there. Just couldn't manufacture anything, and it was really, it's really tough to take for Cliff and those guys because they work so hard and they get so close. And I do believe in what they say. They will get to Omaha one of these days. We just don't know when. It's going to happen, but we just don't know when.
Bailey, how was the atmosphere, everything around the stadium? I mean, it looked like a good crowd. You had the Whistler there, but I don't know. I feel like the previous week at Clark LeClaire was a little more animated than things we saw there in Nashville. But you were there. What did you think of it?
I agree. I mean, I think it was a good, solid crowd. I like the facilities at Vanderbilt because they're all on top of one another. We actually could walk, even with the equipment that I had to take to the game, which is TVU, which is a live unit. It's not that heavy, but it's a little bulky, and the camera and the tripod, all that equipment, I was still able just to walk, to walk up to the field from the hotel. So that was nice. The football stadium was right beside the baseball stadium, and the basketball arena was right next door. You went into the hospitality area, and that was actually in the basketball arena, so we got a chance to walk around and see the arena there at Vanderbilt. And one of the best things for me was, I don't know if you saw it or not, was that Jerry Stackhouse sang the national anthem. That was really cool. I was outside when he sang it. I was doing a live shot at noon, and then went in the press box, and I've known Jerry all of his life, and I've told this story on the press box before, but the year that he won the ACC tournament MVP, that Saturday was the semifinals, and they had won the semifinal game. And so we were doing our live shots, or our look lives, what we call them back, what we call them, and we were taping them. And he walked over, walking through the arena to see his family, and he looked up, and I waved to him, and I said, "Jerry, come here." And he came over, and we did an interview with him, the day before that he would win the MVP honor for the ACC tournament, which is one of my career thrills. But he knew. I mean, I walked up, and he said, "Hey, Brian Bailey, WNCT," give me a big hug, and we talked about Kinston a little bit, and then he talked about, his job at Vanderbilt as head basketball coach, and he had a message for all of Eastern North Carolina and Kinston and Lenore County especially, and very gracious, very humble to be at Vanderbilt, and very appreciative of what the folks in Kinston had given him throughout his life. So just a great, great guy. I mean, this world sees so much black and white. Jerry Stackhouse is just an ace. I mean, he's just awesome. And he was so, generous to us, and it just, it felt like a long-lost friend I hadn't seen in a long time. He's just really a neat guy, and I really enjoyed talking to him. He did a great job with the anthem. I asked him, my question was, how'd you learn to sing that good? He said, my mom and dad would drag me to church every week.
There was definitely some soul, some church into that anthem. You could hear it on Friday.
I was like, they said they drugged me to church, and I was thinking, like, I don't think God really wants to think about it as they were dragging you to church.
Well,
but, they got you there.
However you get there, as long as you're there, I guess.
That's right.
Bailey,
a great guy.
To the chagrin of Chandler and I, Virginia just hit a 2-out, 2-strike grand slam to take a 5-2 lead over Dallas Baptist in the bottom of the 7th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Watching that at my mom and dad's house, and I was going to listen to it as soon as I got off the air with you guys to see how they did. The ACC's got a chance to have 3 in the World Series.
Link Jarrett's guys from Notre Dame taking on Mississippi State tonight, trying to join potentially Virginia, and NC State has already punched their ticket. Bailey, before we let you go, we got Coach Mills, Jason Mills from Conley, and Ryan Meadows coming up later on in today's show. We'll talk to Ronald Vincent coming up on Tuesday's show as we get some postseason high school baseball. I had to kind of blink and scratch my eyes like, is this real? Playing ball after ECU's eliminated from the College World Series, but with the weird schedule this year, they're still playing baseball. I know you'll be tuned into that this week.
Yeah, we were working on a schedule last night when the schedules came out. We're still trying to finalize what we're going to be able to do tomorrow night. We got the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament going on as well. West Carteret's going to have a home game tomorrow night, so we're hoping that kind of works out together. But, it's this strange calendar year continues, and as soon as we get finished with high school baseball, it'll be time for football practice.
Touchdown Friday meetings will begin right after baseball, so everybody get ready.
Yes, sir.
All right, Bailey, good stuff, man. Have a safe trip. Hope everything good with Bella. She doing good?
So you going to go say hey to everybody?
All right. Hey, Bella. Bailey, enjoyed it, man. Have a good trip. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
Double B, Brian Bailey joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Oh, Chandler, that's a heartbreaker there. We need to sync up our TVs too. You keep spoiling things that are going to happen 10 seconds before.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's technology, but
the guy that hit the grand slam, one of the pitches earlier in that at bat, he took a massive hack, and
his helmet fell off.
His helmet fell off, and he went to his knee, and I was like, my God, this guy's swinging for the fences. Like, strike this guy out. This guy is just trying way too hard. And he gave him a breaking ball, belt high, and he just, the very same aggressive swing. He lost his helmet rounding first. He can't even keep his helmet on his head. But what a mammoth shot, and a big one at that. Bottom of the 7th, now they're up 5-2.
Yep, as they head into the top of the 8th. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up this hour of PRL, and get you ready for hour number 2. We'll also open up the booty bag, make you a winner on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll do that in the 5 o'clock hour. More to go. We're back with you after this.
The Tarboro River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tarboro River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroRiverBandits.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new Buick Enclave 2021 and save over $6,800 or 0% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's 1 pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
If you have family coming over this summer, the last thing you want is your air conditioning to not keep the house cool. Face it, the only thing worse than an irritable mother-in-law is a sweaty mother-in-law. So call Delcor to get ready for summer. For a limited time, put no money down and get 12 months same as cash when replacing an HVAC system. Keep your mother-in-law cool. Everybody will thank you. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
This is James Greenleaf, the General Manager of Delcor Heating, Coolant, and Plumbing. If you've been holding off on replacing your AC unit, I urge you to make that decision now. The factories have warned all their dealers that HVAC equipment delays will get worse as demand exceeds production capabilities this summer. Don't wait until the peak of the summer heat to get your equipment replaced. Let's get your home ready now. We have great financing options available, including same as cash, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Call Delcor at 321-8868 or visit us at delcorinc.com. Delcor, the service professionals.
Okay, let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Yeah, sure, totally. Is that a Pepsi Wild Cherry?
Oh, no. Please, not here. Not here.
Too late. You know something, Steve? Flavor Mania's about to run wild.
Oh, not Flavor Mania.
Pepsi Wild Cherry's about to drop a flavor suplex right into your pie hole. It's gonna hit your taste buds with a top rope elbow of flavor. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be refreshing. It's gonna throw your wild cherry loving brain right through the announcer's table.
Oh, I can't take you anywhere.
Flavor Mania doesn't need your permission, Steve, because the world knows that nothing is gonna get between Pepsi Wild Cherry and that flavor championship belt. Are you ready to get wild?
Oh, please don't
Come
get
on,
wild.
Steve. I said, are you ready to get wild?
Seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Wild Cherry?
You better believe it, brother.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Now available in zero sugar. That's what I like.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
This is Brian Bailey, host of The Brian Bailey Show, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Braun.
All right, a grand salami for Virginia puts them up 5-2. 1-2-3 inning in the top of the eighth. Now Virginia bats in the bottom of the eighth. They are 3 outs away from going to Omaha, winning right now against Dallas Baptist. Game tonight, 7 o'clock, will be Notre Dame at Mississippi State. Notre Dame actually a slight favorite in that game on the road tonight. Link Jarrett's guys trying to get to Omaha for the College World Series. Also tonight, a couple of NBA games. Will be Game 4 in Atlanta. Sixers, a 2-1 series lead over the Hawks, and it'll be Game 4 in L.A. as the Clippers trying to even their series. They'll be a home favorite tonight against Utah. We'll talk about that with the big man on campus coming up in hour 2. Also, talk a little high school baseball as the baseball rolls on. ECU is done, but I know there's still Little League baseball going on. There is high school baseball, obviously Major League Baseball as well. But we'll have Jason Mills on at 4 o'clock. Ryan Meadows on from North Pitt around 4:40 to talk about that. RV, the legendary Ronald Vincent from J.H. Rose, will join us on Tuesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live as we'll talk about the high school baseball playoffs. Shirley, anything happen in the world of sports news today we should know about before we take a break?
Got a little good news from on the ECU basketball front this morning. Former Arkansas forward Vance Jackson announced that he is going to be transferring to ECU.
Blue Pig Suey.
He posted that on his Instagram story. He played 26 games during the season last year. He had stated earlier this month that he was going to transfer from Arkansas and take advantage of the extra year of eligibility. he has he's kind of a journeyman. He started at UConn. He transferred to New Mexico. He played for 2 seasons there, and then he transferred from New Mexico to Arkansas, and now ECU will be his 4th stop in his collegiate basketball career. And he did not play in the Razorbacks postseason games that they had, but he did register sometime throughout the year. So a little bit of good news, I guess you could say. We'll see how Vance fits into Joe Dooley's system and how he progresses here at ECU, but we'll see what happens.
The 4th school, that is kind of the world we live in when it comes to college basketball.
Yeah, and it's just, and it's hard to tell what's going on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You try to evaluate the level of talent that is in the transfer portal, and you don't know the reasoning behind, a lot of these kids that are choosing to transfer. Some of them, it's because of lack of playing time. They want to go somewhere where they can actually play. Some may be personality conflicts between the players and the coaches.
Some of the coach told them to go.
Yeah, or a coach, you're right. As a coach could tell them to go, or it could be a situation where they want to be closer to home, wherever the case may be.
Like Gardner Minshew.
Yes, of course,
When
with
he
Gardner
went
Minshew.
to
Speaking of Gardner
Washington
Minshew,
State.
the mullet is gone.
Yeah.
Gardner cut his mullet off. He is now just sporting I guess you could say, an average buzz cut.
Just a regular old haircut.
I don't know why he decided to go that route, but because he was garnering a lot of attention with that mullet.
Yeah,
so I don't know what he was thinking. But
interesting move for him, because that's kind of his identity. I mean,
yeah,
it's
that's his
not
shtick.
necessarily being a quarterback on the field, which now he's not going to get any reps because Trevor Lawrence is there.
Yeah.
In fact, he's been discussed as potentially going elsewhere in the NFL. So the mullet is gone for now. Maybe it'll have a new look for 2021.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So we'll keep an eye on how things progress as far as Joe Dooley and some of these transfers and whatever that news comes out. We'll keep you up to date on that. But really, that's the only really big news of note today.
All right, well, let's get a break in because we got to get Jason Mills on the line as we begin hour number 2 of Pirate Radio Live. He'll join us, talk some D.H. Conley baseball. We'll talk North Pitt baseball later on in the hour, and J.H. Rose baseball coming up on Tuesday. We'll open up hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. We're back after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Gray Williams from the Pitt County Pirate Club, inviting you to join us on Saturday, June 19th for our first annual Cornhole Tournament presented by Miller Lite. There will be 2 divisions to compete in, the advanced and the competitive. Each division will have a doubles and a singles bracket. The total payout for the tournament will be $4,800. Hurry, space is limited. Sign up today by going to Eventbrite and searching Pitt County Pirate Club Cornhole Tournament or finding us on Facebook. Go Pirates!
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
Weekends are made for AJ McMurphy's. Start your Sunday fun day at AJ's. AJ's is now serving brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Enjoy your weekend with live music on Friday night and Saturday night with no cover charge. And you can catch all of the MLB and ECU baseball action on AJ's TVs. See you this weekend at AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
At Jimmy John's,
We don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
E&S Hemp Company in Winterville is your premier CBD store. At E&S Hemp Company, they have helped hundreds of people just like you get relief from joint pain, anxiety, insomnia, and more by providing you the highest quality of CBD products available. E&S Hemp Company has a great selection of only the safest, purest, and most beneficial hemp-infused products available from honey, tea, coffee, candles, and more. E&S Hemp Company, Fire Tower Road in Winterville, and online at eshempcompany.com.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
We're midway through bath time, and 2 medium, 2-topping Domino's pizzas for $5.99 each have begun their drive to the Smith's front door. That's a GPS-enabled custom delivery alert, folks. The newest improvement to the Domino's tracker, saying Domino's will be there in 2 minutes. They're calling it audible. Bath time's now rinse time. They've got 1 kid dry, 2 kids dry. The pizzas are here. They made it to the door. The kids are clean enough. The new Domino's tracker with GPS worked again.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC will match all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, you should hear the phone ringing in just a moment because Jason Mills said he was going to give us a call, and I believe he just did. The head baseball coach out at D.H. Conley, as postseason baseball is here for the area high schools, and we'll be talking to Ryan Meadows coming up at around 4:40. We'll talk to the legendary RV, Ronald Vincent, coming up Tuesday on the program, and right now we'll talk to the head baseball coach out at D.H. Conley High School. He is Jason Mills. His Vikings getting set for postseason action. Coach Mills, how you doing, man?
Great. A little tired. Just got back in at 6:15 in the morning from Atlanta. So
I was talking to Mully. I met him at Tiebreakers on Saturday, Coach. There was a lot of Evo Shield Canes players there enjoying, I guess, a post-game meal that might have played around here, and he said that there were teams in Atlanta as well. So you're usually you I guess you wait until you're done with Conley baseball to put on your Evo Shield Canes hat, but with the weird schedules this year, you're double dipping, I guess, and getting a lot of baseball in at this time.
Absolutely. Well, you know, they pay. I got a daughter going to college next year, so I got to pay some bills somehow. So hop on in a car and drive 8 hours to Atlanta, and then last night after we won the PBR Nationals, we hopped in a car at 9:30, and I arrived in Greenville at 6 o'clock this morning.
Yikes!
So,
all right.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Coach, while we're on that topic, anybody Pirate fans should know about any commits or potential recruits for that are playing with the Canes right now that could make Greenville home?
Yeah, we've got a couple. You know, mostly in the younger class. Which
Okay.
I have, well, obviously Dixon Williams. I mean, Dixon's having a really special year at Conley, and he didn't play this weekend because I didn't let our guys go down, him and Maddie, because of high school. All our high school guys that are still playing, we don't let play travel until their season's done. But I tell you, Dixon Williams is truly a special young man. I thought when Bryant Packard left here, and I'm going to probably step on my own feet somewhere in here, but when Bryant Packard left here, that I would be the best hitter I would ever coach at Conley. And I got another one.
Wow.
Dixon is that good. And, Bryant was brilliant in everything he ever did. And it's tough to compare those two, but Dixon is, he has got a chance to really be special for the Pirates. And what he's doing right now on the maturity level he's presenting this year, he's got a chance to really help the Pirates down the road.
Jason Mills joining us, and Coach, your DH Conley Vikings. Now, I hope I have the right bracket here because brackets come out and then brackets change. But the 3 seed taking on Jacksonville, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, good.
Tonight at 6 o'clock. Yeah, you got it.
And, everything has been disjointed, although as the season went along, Coach, did it become more normal? I know it's not normal playing ball this time of year with kids out of school and everything, but is it feel normal to you right now as you head into postseason play?
I tell you, it really does. This group has been absolutely wonderful all year. I mean, I tell them all the time that, and I hate to say this, but this might be my favorite team I've coached. I mean, they are enjoyable every day. There's always smiling, always having fun. And, maybe COVID kind of helped me and my coaching staff really start appreciating what we did a little bit more instead of being so grindy. I mean, workouts and practices have been a lot more fun, a little bit freer. Kids are I think these 25 guys I have with me really want to be here every day. And, and I'm excited about their opportunity over the next 2 weeks.
Jason Mills joining us. Jason, what do you know, if anything, about those Jacksonville Cardinals you'll be facing?
Well, we played them 2 years ago in the third round, and we faced Josh, I can't remember his last name, that pitches at East Carolina, and it was a tight game. Meadows was a freshman, threw a no-no into the 7th before giving up his first hit. They only have one player returning on that team and he did not have a very successful night that night. But that was a couple of years ago, and we've got good scouting report on them. We've seen teams like them all year or better, and we feel prepared. We've got both Maddie and Evan McLean ready to go tomorrow. The goal is to throw strikes and be offensive as quick as we can and kind of take pressure off. That'll be, I guess that's a game plan anytime. But especially this first round with the format the playoffs are in this year, it's going to be really important to get your number one off the mound as quick as you can. Because if he gets past 75 pitches, he can't throw on Saturday. And, and there's some really good 3A teams on our side of the bracket with us and as well as with Rose on that side. And so, you better have your best arms ready to go. If you get down into those 3, 4, 5 guys, and they're having to start games right now, they don't have the experience that the 1 and 2s have. And so it's going to be really important that we get off to a good start tomorrow and get Maddie off the mound as quick as we can. That's the goal anyway.
Jason Mills joining us. I had no idea that Josh Groves pitched at Jacksonville, and he was there for 1 year. Now that I look up his bio, Coach didn't finish there, but interesting to hear that connection, the current Pirate pitcher. Coach, you've mentioned a few names already, and you've talked about this being one of, if not the favorite team that you've coached over the years. Who are the guys to watch out for in that Conley lineup that we'll be hearing about?
Well, obviously, I mean, Meadows and Dixon Williams are having great seasons, but we have a senior named Justin McDonald that flies under the radar that hits 2 in the lineup, and I mean, he's in probably the top 3 in the state in every offensive category there is, whether it be stolen bases, batting average, home runs, RBIs. I mean, we put our trust into him. If I could choose one guy to have at the plate in a big situation, it would be Justin. And he doesn't get much. No one really notices him except for Rose High School. They know he's a dangerous hitter, but I've got 4 really good hitters wrapped around him, and so you've got to pitch to him. And he's punished a lot of teams that have had to do that. Matthew Mateus and Dixon, obviously, but Braden Murray, Evan McClain, Bryce Jackson have all had great years. Thomas Barrett and Coleman Dunlow have had some glimpses of some brilliance as well, and it's been really fun. We play really good defense. Got 2 really big time arms, and it's a lot of fun to come watch us play.
Coach, as a former Pirate, I'm sure you're tuned in to what happened in the Super Regionals and watching East Carolina, and also I imagine you got a lot of guys with the Canes organization that are playing and have played some baseball over the weekend. So while you're getting your Conley guys ready and coaching the Canes, how much were you paying attention to what was happening in college baseball?
We watched every single game that we could. I think we counted that we had 77 guys.
Wow.
45 guys playing in super regionals. Vanderbilt's catcher, I know he'll get some bad publicity with his frame jobs again. Jay was one of ours for forever and caught for me for 2 years and loved that kid.
Yeah.
He is special for sure. And then we didn't get to see Thomas Schultz much, but their number 3 pitcher, if we would have got to that 3, played for me as well. And Thomas 6'6" right-hander that can really bring it. So it was going to be a tough task to beat Vanderbilt, but the Pirates, I think they did us proud, and we'll always be proud in the job that the coaching staff has done over there is immaculate. I mean, when I'm all over the country, and I tell people I live 2.5 miles from East Carolina, everybody knows who East Carolina baseball is. And that tells you that you are there and you belong. And Cliff has promoted this program into one of the top 10 programs in the state, and hopefully we'll continue at that pace. And they're going to get to Omaha. It's going to happen eventually. It's frustrating at times, and if you've coached baseball long enough, you get some bad calls against you, and it hurts. I mean, we had that in 19 in the Eastern Finals. We had some missteps and missed calls, and it smarts, and it takes a long time to get rid of it. But Coach G's a professional, and he's going to get them right again next year, and they'll be knocking right back at the door, and hopefully they'll open that door, and we can all take a flight to Omaha.
Well said by Jason Mills, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, getting ready for his D.H. Conley Vikings to begin postseason play. Game 1 Tuesday, you say, Coach, at 6?
Correct.
All right, good deal. And before we let you go, how weird is it to be in a NFL offseason where your team is actually like one of the favorites in the AFC? Are you used to the Browns being good? How weird is that for you, Coach?
You know they're going to mess it up. I mean, it's going to happen. They're the Browns. I mean, they can't be like when they beat the Steelers last year in the playoffs. I was like, well, they got no chance in the next game. And, here they are. All they have to do is drive them one more time and have a chance. But what they do, they mess it up. That's my life as a Browns fan. I will never, ever expect them to win.
What a terrible way to live through your NFL life, but I get it. I totally understand how you feel. Coach, always great to talk with you. Good luck with the Vikings. We'll talk to you maybe later on this summer about your Browns and also Canes baseball as well. But we always appreciate your time and wish you success, Coach.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, and Jason Mills there is a former D.H. Conley Viking. Man, what a job he has done with that baseball program over the years. Very proud of that baseball program, and hopefully they can make a run. And he talked about how tough their bracket is. J.H. Rose in the bracket above them. So who knows, could face off in a potential Eastern final there in the 3A. We'll talk some Rampants baseball on Tuesday with the legendary RV, Ronald Vincent, and we will talk some North Pitt baseball later on this hour. But when we return, we'll take a step aside from baseball for just a moment, talk some NBA playoffs, also a little soccer, the Euros going on right now. Jeff Nadu will give us some of his favorite plays for the night and the week when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. We are right back with you after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust? Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked! This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust one-topping pizza for only $12. And now you can have the stuffed crust as an add-on to any large hand-tossed pizza. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
The Kinetic Physical Therapy Live Well for Life group kicks off summer 2021 with a bang this Saturday, June 19th at Boyd Lee Park with the Walk This Way event. Walk This Way is a free in-person event where family and friends come out and exercise together by way of walking and running. This 2-hour family fun event will be filled with laughs, sweat, fun raffles, and free goodies. Bring a friend to have some fun in the sun this Saturday, June 19th at Boyd Lee Park at 9 a.m. For more information, visit kptonline.com.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Local boy makes good in the big league. The story of Country Joe is next.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Former Pirate receiver Larry Shannon.
We just had one goal in mind as we went to the Liberty Bowl in 1995, and that was to win. Coach Logan had this slogan of unfinished business, and that was kind of our motivation all year. And I just remember that game. Offensively, we didn't play very well. Obviously, Stanford had a good defense as well. And I remember our defense just carrying us and pulling us through and making the plays, to get that big victory for the program.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Country Joe West has umpired more Major League Baseball games than anyone in the history of the national pastime. Joe set the record last month by umpiring his 5,376 games. Joe was born in Nashville but grew up in Greenville. He played football for the Pirates before transferring to Elon, where he is in that school's Hall of Fame. A true character in a world where characters are going the way of the dinosaur, there's never a dull moment around West. He is a singer-songwriter with an appearance at the Grand Ole Opry. He's performed with Mickey Gilley and Merle Haggard and was a pallbearer for Boxcar Willie. He'll be 69 in October, with 43 of those years spent as a Major League Baseball umpire. Another record. He's done it his way. Country Joe West, a true Eastern North Carolina legend. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
Pirate Radio.
I listen to you guys all the time, especially when it's coming up to game week with the Pirates, and I assure you I'll be listening to Pirate Radio at some point during the fall this year.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Come out to Granger Stadium this season and cheer on your Down East Wood Ducks. Get your tickets now at woodducksbaseball.com or give them a call at 686-5164. We'll see you at Granger Stadium for Wood Ducks baseball all season long. Go Woodies! Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Ron.
All right, Woody's starting a 12-game homestand. They will play this Tuesday through Sunday. They will play next Tuesday through Sunday, all at home.
Nice.
So a lot of opportunities to go check out some baseball at historic Granger Stadium. All right, Shirley, Chandler, impromptu trivia. You guys are on a team this time.
Oh.
There are 8. I saw a post from Fox College Football today asking who wears purple the best. There are 8 teams that wear purple, 6 FBS, 2 FCS. Name those teams.
Hampton University.
They're blue.
Holy Cross.
They're blue. Hampton, they're Pirates.
Just because, the Pittsburgh Pirates don't wear purple, Shirley.
Okay, never mind.
Pirates aren't purple.
Okay, fine. Shut up. Anyway. Okay, who did he say?
Holy Cross.
Holy Cross.
Okay, James Madison.
All right, y'all started with you got the 2 FCS.
All right,
Okay.
TCU.
ECU.
How many was there?
8. You named 4 so far. You've named Holy Cross, ECU, James Madison, and
TCU.
Okay. Got 4 left.
I saw this post earlier today.
Who wears purple?
Purple.
I'm thinking.
Purple. College
Clemson.
football. No.
That's
a good one.
Clemson
That's
and
their
orange.
alternate.
That is, they are not considered. They don't have. Well, they have worn a purple
That's not
jersey.
their primary color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that. Okay. Because
But
I was
good
thinking
call.
purple
Good
and
call.
orange, yeah.
I got, let's see, I got another Big 12 team. I got a Pac-12 team. I got a SEC team. I got a Big 10 team. You said which usually
Northwestern.
Okay, there's 5.
You said another Big 12 team?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me think.
They have cloudy peas.
I like this because people are screaming answers at their radio right now.
I'm trying to think of what SEC school it is.
You shouldn't have to think long.
Big 12.
Or do you think it's Kentucky? Maybe you think blue is purple.
Oh, my God.
Go Gator.
Florida? Oh, God, no. No, it
They
wouldn't be
are
Florida.
blue.
SEC.
Pac-12. He just said go Gator, and I just immediately blurted out Florida.
Mully's got 2 of them. Thanks, Mully. SEC, Big 12, Pac-12.
Jesus. Like, I'm racking my brain.
Big 12.
Should we just end
No.
this? All right, well, let's go.
Oh.
Should I just start throwing out hints? Like, I'm going to name some older players.
Dude.
Napoleon Kaufman. Nobody
That's
knows.
not going to help at all.
All right.
Ay.
Rick Neuheisel, coach there, I believe. Mully's got all 3. Y'all really don't have one.
I am drawing a
Can you say
severe
all right,
blank.
SEC, Big 12, and what's the other
Name
conference?
the SEC team that wears purple right now, or you're fired.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
This is maddening. This went from funny to maddening. I'm pissed off right now. I'm angry.
I just drew a complete and utter blank.
Oh, LSU.
Thank you.
God.
All right, now let's do
I'm sorry.
God, how did I not? Oh, my
LSU.
God, yeah.
Johnny's in. Derek's in.
Okay, Big 12.
Ooh, that's a good one, Johnny, that is not on the list. I don't know if Stephen F. Austin is on this list. Let me look at their football uniforms. All right, let's go Big 12. Let's go Pac-12. Go through the schools. Name
Pac-12.
Name it right now. Here we go. Easy peasy.
Pac-12.
Stephen F. Austin does
Washington?
Washington is correct.
Nice.
Thank you. All right, one more Big 12 along with I just said it. Kansas State is the other one.
K-State. I would have never thought. Gosh, yeah, that would have been
Yeah, I don't know why Stephen F. Austin was not included in this graphic because they too wear purple. Good call there. Johnny Derrick got K-State and LSU. And Shirley and Chandler.
That was a struggle.
Maybe y'all should be.
We were struggling.
Struggling.
Well, I mean, my first thought was Clemson because I know that their colors are purple, orange, and white.
I know how it gets though when you're under the lights. There's like
and the pressure.
And I wasn't expecting that either.
Pressure's on.
Usually, you come in here during a break and it's like, "Hey, we're about to have trivia."
Oh, I popped it on you this time.
And you popped it on us. And the frustrating thing about that is that I saw that post earlier.
Well, there's no way you would have gotten Holy Cross without seeing that post earlier.
Yeah, I know.
So you got the two tough ones first.
Tough.
And then took you an hour to get LSU.
For sure.
Well, they talk like you know how I like my music, and I can pretty much, for the most part, if I listen to a song and they say try to guess this song, I can pretty much catch it. Once in a while, there'll be something that kind of throws me off. I watch that Shazam show, and I'm yelling at the TV at home, and I'm thinking to myself, I could kill this game. Yeah.
It's a little different.
when 250 grand is on the line and you got to nail it.
Which is how much I was going to offer you.
3 seconds. You would never do that.
I couldn't possibly do that.
God, I cannot believe, man. I'm so frustrated with myself.
You should be.
I've already forgot the purple SEC LSU.
What is wrong with you?
And Kansas State, man.
K-State.
He has a case of the Mondays.
Yep. Washington.
Yes, I do. And I'm going to tell this story. Because I'm honest, and I think it's funny, and I love people laughing at me.
We gotta. All right, hurry up.
Whoa, my shirt was inside out when I got to work today. I got out of my car, and Jenny Shelton greets me and says, "Your shirt's inside out." And I look, and sure enough, for sure.
That is a case of the Mondays, if I have ever heard one.
Yeah,
so, Chandler, it's a nice shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Looking bright.
One of my golf shirts.
All right, let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line, talk to the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. Jeff, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Cliff. How are you?
Hey, man, doing great. And what a difference a week makes. I talked to you last Monday. The Bucks were down 1-0 in their series. You said that you had the Bucks still winning that series over Brooklyn. They go out, get crushed in Game 2, but, man, things have turned around. Milwaukee wins both home games there in Milwaukee. Kyrie Irving's on crutches after the game, so now things looking good for the Bucks as far as winning that series, and you're in a pretty good spot there, it looks like, Jeff.
Yeah, it's really a wild series. I mean, injuries have really killed the playoffs this year. A lot of big injuries during the playoffs, and it sucks because it hurts some of the games. But yeah, I mean, the Nets look like a totally different team when you don't have Irving and you don't have James Harden. So we'll see if they can't get one of the two or both back, but the Bucks look like a different team. They're starting to make some shots, which is important, and the Nets aren't.
And last time we talked to you, Jeff, you said that the Nuggets were done, had the Suns in both games 3 and 4, and got to give you credit for that call as well as they wrapped up their series. Let's talk about what's going on tonight. Clippers trying to kind of do what the Bucks did, and that's take care of business at home. They are favorites tonight at home against the Utah Jazz. Total sitting at 223.5. Can Kawhi and the Clippers tie this series up?
I think they're in a good position to do it. I actually played the under in this game. I think there's just a lot of regression, I think, comes. I don't know that without Mike Conley, I just don't love the Jazz offense. They're not at full strength, and I don't think that he's going to play tonight. The problem you have is I think Donovan Mitchell is partly injured. I think the rest of the Jazz I don't necessarily trust. I think there's a lot of more defensive players than offensive players on their team at this point, and without Conley, I think it really shows. For the Clippers, I think defensively they're better than they played. I don't think Paul George is going to play as good as he's played over the last game or two. The pace, I think, is always going to suit slow in this matchup. I think this is a lot like Game 1. I don't even know if it gets that high. I think it's like a 108, 104 type of game. I think 223.5 is a bit high. I played the under. Don't play a ton of unders, but when they present themselves, I try to follow them.
Dominant third quarter for the Sixers put them ahead for good against Atlanta on a Friday night, Jeff, and now Philadelphia trying to take a commanding 3-1 series lead here when they take on the Hawks tonight, and the Sixers are a 3-point road favorite in Atlanta, 225 that total. What do you think about your Sixers tonight on the road?
Yeah, another tough game. I think you get probably one last gasp from the Hawks here. I think they start shooting the three ball a little bit more, which they've kind of fell off from doing. They need to pull Solomon Hill out of the starting lineup. I'd put him, on the bench. You got to play Lou Williams more, Gallinari more. They need to start, sniping from deep. That's kind of what they were able to do in the first game, and they did it well with success. One thing though has been clear to me, Clip. Atlanta can't stop the Sixers. Defensively, they're really missing DeAndre Hunter. I think that's been pretty obvious. Offensively, the Sixers have been as good as any team in the league in the playoffs. They've mowed this group down, Hawks, defensively. They're shooting 55% in the series. Joel Embiid's doing whatever he wants. Ben Simmons has been assertive. Tobias Harris has been good. Furk and Korkmaz, Milton, Curry. Really, wherever you look, the Sixers have gotten production offensively, and that's still with Danny Green giving you very little, and he's not going to play. So I think with him out, I'm going to just kind of keep piling on the Hawks. I think one thing has been clear, the Sixers' offense is good. Team total is 114.5 tonight. I played the over. I think even in a losing effort, that's too low. They may lose this game, and I still think get to 115. I think this is a higher-scoring series, as evident in the Sixers' pace. Sixers are a good offensive team. I'll take them to just score the basketball tonight.
Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, the big man on campus. Jeff, one more on the Bucks and the Nets. I read an article today, ESPN.com, says that the Bucks are now the favorite to win their series over the Nets. However, the Nets are still the favorite to win the Eastern Conference and the NBA championship. I guess the thought is short term, if they don't get their injured stars back, the Bucks can win this series. Long term, the longer they play, the more likely it is they get those guys back and would be a favorite to win the NBA Finals. So that's kind of, I don't know if I've ever seen this before, Jeff, kind of an anomaly here with one team not favored to win the series they're in, but still favored to win the championship. It's kind of strange.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of telling you something. I think the NBA, when or really any future that you look at, it's all about foreshadowing when you get into these situations. That's why betting live is cool, because if you get some info, and I think there's reason to believe that Harden is close, and I think Irving, maybe this isn't as big a problem as they alluded to. The good thing about hamstring injuries is you can always get a lot of care on them. The problem is they can creep up at any point. So I'm willing to believe that the Nets are going to be probably okay. The goal is, look, we saw with Chris Paul, being able to foreshadow and kind of figure out what's going on. Now, a guy like Mike Conley, you worry about because he's a little bit more injury prone. Anthony Davis, guys like that, a little bit more injury prone. I think this is kind of telling you that the Nets probably long term will be okay, and they're going to get one or two of these guys back pretty soon.
Jeff, are you, and one more NBA note, we'll move on. How impressed are you with what the Suns have done, and how much is it? Well, they, took on a battered Lakers team. They took on a Nuggets team without Jamal Murray. Have they gotten lucky here? Are they good? A little bit of both? What's your take on Phoenix long term?
Listen, man, you can go back to any sport. You look at the year the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. There were some bad things that happened, but there were also some things that did happen that were good. They got certain good matchups. You need to be a little lucky to win an NBA title. I mean, you play who's in front of you. Unfortunately, the Nuggets had an injury with Jamal Murray, and their star gets ejected in the closeout game. But the truth of the matter was, they have crossed over and beaten every team they had to. The Lakers were tough. Defensively, they're the best team in the NBA. The Nuggets had the MVP on their team. This is a team that's been a long-time lovable loser for the last, let's say, 5 to 10 years. They've gotten to this point through shrewd moves and just making the right decisions. And I don't know. I can't take much away from what they've done. And if they can get to the finals, they've done just as much as anyone else. You need a little luck sometimes, Clip, to win something.
Yeah, no doubt. Talking to the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, who's also playing some soccer. The Euro's going on. And Jeff, all good things must come to an end. Nobody's perfect. We saw that earlier this morning as you were off to a 4-0 start on the Euros, now 4-1 after losing one this morning. But hell of a start, Jeff. Already up 3 units here, and we're still on match day 1 for all these groups. So fantastic start, and let's hope you can keep that rolling.
Well, Clip, it's all about the finish, man. You can diet for 2 weeks, but if you spend the last 3 days not dieting, it's gonna fall apart. You got to be constant. You got to be consistent. Yeah, the play this morning, I do feel pretty good, though. I mean, that's what happens sometimes, Clip, when you back teams like Scotland to do things. They just don't have the world-class finishers that a Netherlands or an Italy or a Spain has. They had opportunities. They just weren't able to cash in on them. And, there was some freak goals for the Czech Republic. So, you chalk it up. I didn't think it was a bad bet.
I know that some of the top teams are facing off tomorrow. Germany, France. That is 3:00 Eastern. And I guess France is a slight favorite in this game at plus 161. Germany plus 178. There's going to be interest in this. How about from a betting perspective for you, Jeff?
Yeah, I think for me, I kind of look at it like, there are certain kind of situations, kind of like when you get the Patriots getting points, like when Tom Brady was there, you kind of just play it. That's kind of how I feel with France. I think Germany is a team that is overvalued. I think France is the best team in the world. They're what Germany is and used to be. This is a team that in Germany that's struggling defensively. Joachim Löw is, I think, struggling to put things together. I don't know how many options he has. And when he moved on, they were a team that I think is kind of in a weird spot. And I just don't think they're that good anymore. France is the best team in the world, and if you're going to give me a plus 160, 165 price, I'm going to bet on that. This screams like, 3-1 to me. I think it's a higher scoring match, but I think France is just better than a lot of teams.
And Jeff, I believe you said you were high on Italy. They play Wednesday, 3:00 against Switzerland, minus 183 for them to win on the money line, and you go -1 for plus 108. Will you be playing Italy coming up in a couple days?
Yeah, I will probably. This is obviously, I think, if Italy can win this game, they will win the group. Obviously, Switzerland, I think, is the main kind of second group that I worry about. Switzerland still has plenty of good players, and they had a kind of a tough draw the other day against Wales. But, I'm going to definitely be looking towards Italy. I don't know if I'll be playing to win markets, but, I mean, Clip, Italy hasn't a lot of goals since September. They haven't lost a match in a long, long time. So maybe some, kind of Italy and under 2.5 or Italy and under 3.5, I might have my eye on. Italy's really good, man. Really good.
Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff, anything else you're keeping an eye on here from a sports gambling perspective?
No, really just getting ready for football.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye on college hoops, keeping an eye on everything, kind of getting prepared. I got, kind of my work to do here in college football and the NFL as we get closer and closer. I'll probably spend most of August doing that with the NBA coming to an end here in July. And, I got the other show I'm working on. We get a big one this week. I think we're going to do Al Capone. I think we decided to maybe push that one up and do Al Capone. So, I got a lot going on, but, keeping myself busy this summer and, always keeping my eye on what's coming up because this fall is going to be, I think, Clip, to be honest, and I'll ask you, do you agree this could be the most exciting fall to look forward to in a long time?
After last year, absolutely. I saw where the Dodgers are, I guess, having a reopening day coming up, and it feels like it's going to be that way all fall for all these football teams, pro and college, who are going to be opening their stadiums back up, and it's going to be quite a scene, man. I've been seeing it with these college baseball games. Like, people are excited to go to sporting events, excited to go to big games, and it's going to be that way across the board, I think, starting in August, September.
Yeah, I can't wait. It just seems, you kind of felt like last year there was still going to be something missing. You weren't really sure if teams are going to have full complement of players. How many games last year in college football had cancellations and not enough players? So it'll be nice. Looking forward to it.
Big man, enjoyed it. We'll talk to you later on this week. Good luck the next couple of days, and we'll talk again soon, man.
Thanks, Clip. Appreciate it.
Jeff Nadu, Big Man on Campus, host of the Sit Down podcast. You can also download that. Check it out. Joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, we'll take a time out, come back, and close out hour number 2 with Ryan Meadows. He's the head baseball coach out at North Pitt High School. We'll talk about the Panthers baseball season and look ahead to their playoff matchup taking on McMichael. We'll tell you when that is and all about the Panthers when we return. Also, how about C.J. Wilson being a member of the North Pitt Panthers coaching staff in football? We'll talk about that as well with Ryan Meadows when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
John Gilbert, ECU Athletic Director. For the immediate future, there are really 3 things I'm kind of focusing on. 1 is stabilizing our budget. 2, competitive excellence. We need to win. And then the 3rd piece would be our student-athlete life.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
You demand perfection. That's why you drive the perfect car. Okay, maybe it's not exactly perfect, but it's perfect to get you to Domino's for their perfect $7.99 carry-out deal. Carry out any 3-topping pizza or a 10-piece order of wings, smothered in delicious sauces like hot buffalo, garlic parmesan, and honey barbecue, just $7.99 each. Demand the perfect carry-out deal at Domino's. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com, or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, now with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
This is Billy Weaver from WIATN. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. University PC Care is the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Troy D coming up hour 3 as we'll talk more about the Nashville Super Regional. Troy was in attendance, fielding live reports courtesy of Clean Eats, and we'll get his take on Nashville, the Whistler, the baseball on the field, everything off the field in Nashville as well coming up in hour 3 of today's show. We are set to head out to the Fixed NC Live line momentarily and talk to Ryan Meadows, the head baseball coach out at North Pitt, as it is postseason baseball time. We talked to Jason Mills earlier this hour. We got Ronald Vinson, who was actually Ryan Meadows' coach back in the day, still getting it done at J.H. Rose. We'll talk to RV on Tuesday. And right now we do have Coach Meadows. I'm getting 3 thumbs up, 2 from Shirley, 1 from Chandler. Ryan Meadows joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Ryan, how you doing, man?
Doing good, Clip. How you doing, bud?
Doing fantastic. And postseason baseball is here. I got to be honest, Ryan, when ECU kind of wrapped up, and then I saw you and other coaches commenting on waiting on the brackets to come out, I was a little surprised, and then I remembered, this is a weird year. We're kind of coming down the back stretch on our weird year, and maybe everything will be back to normal after this baseball postseason wraps up. But how strange is it to be playing right now, Ryan? And also, I asked Coach Mills this, is it towards the end of the year, did it start to feel a little more normal with the restrictions being lifted a little bit and things like that?
Yeah, as with, most avenues, high school baseball and high school sports in general is kind of everybody's sense of normalcy. So, multi-part question there. Is it weird playing on, June 14th and 15th? Yeah, we're supposed to be, 3-4 weeks into the Legion season right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, when things started opening back up and high school baseball, the way they designed the season, we were actually the first one to have pretty much all crowd restrictions, lifted, so we could get good crowds out there, and people were chomping at the bit to come see, student athletes compete. I think it brought a sense of normalcy to the community and to the high schools, and more importantly to the children. And that's what has made it seem, I guess, not so weird this time of year is giving the kids something to do, something constructive, and our kids have certainly bought into what we've been asking, and we've had a great time, man. It's been fun. It really has.
Ryan, you answered my convoluted question wonderfully, so kudos to you for that, sir. Ryan, and with these shortened seasons, it was, I guess, more difficult for these bracket makers, the NCHSAA, to come up with pairings and things like that. And you guys had a great regular season, right? But you end up with the 16 seed. Is that kind of a product of this shortened year, or what is the reason for that?
Yeah, well, the deal, we always teach, hey, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Well, we were up front from the beginning. I was like, guys, this year's not a marathon; it's a sprint. You better get out hot and stay hot, and that's what we did. We've got 7 seniors, a couple of juniors that have a lot of experience, and if there was ever a time for us to have a veteran team, it would be this year. I can't imagine starting a young team and going through the process and going through the grind with a young team this year. So we had the right makeup. We did get hot. I think we started out, 8, 9, 10 and 0 or something like that, and then we went through the conference undefeated. Played Farmville in a non-conference game and dropped that one. They played lights out. Hats off to them that game. And then North Johnson was they had 1 conference loss. We had 0 going into last week. They beat us on Tuesday, which at the time, we were tied. They had the head-to-head, and then the flood came on Thursday, and we eventually got rained out as well on Friday. They said their field wasn't playable, and we had to respect that, and so we didn't get a chance for that rematch on Friday. So what happened was we're both co-conference champions, and they got the 1 seed out of our conference with that one head-to-head matchup, which dropped us to our record was good enough that we got the top wild card in the state, so we went in that pool. So, honestly, I told our kids this, and we looked at the matchups. I mean, the only goal that everybody had this year was to be one of the final 16.
Right.
I mean, you think it's some sophisticated science. They literally put the names in a hat, draw names out of a hat.
Wow. Okay.
How many times have I heard you guys joke about the Cinderella story of Farmer Central basketball? I mean, that's what happened there. I mean, one of the best teams in the country in basketball, I think, through the 9th seed.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to get in, and we like our draw because we have a draw. We're one of the best 16 teams left in the state, and in the East anyway, and we're think we're being rewarded for that, and we're just ready to go play.
Yeah, I like that attitude. Ryan Meadows, North Pitt, joining us. I looked up McMichael High School. Shirley, is this the school? Was it the Farmville Central girls that played them? And we were looking up where the heck McMichael was. And
I believe so. Yes.
I guess they're considered east, Ryan. I'm not a geography aficionado, but this is west of Greensboro, right? This is a heck of a trip you'll be taking on, Tuesday, I guess?
Yeah, we're used to it. I mean, look, 2A sports is a little bit more spread out than the 2A and 1A, actually, than 3A and 4A, because, the East and 3A and 4A pretty much stops in Raleigh because there's so many large schools with the population. But, where the lines stop in 1A, 2A, smaller classifications, it's a little bit more spread out to make both sides even. Somebody asked me where it was today. I told them to go to Egypt and make a right. where it's going to feel like we're going tomorrow. But look, we've been that way before. A few years ago, several years back, we went to Reedsville, pulled off a big upset there. We went to East Davidson one year and played well there. And look, it's not West, but these seniors freshman year, we were a building team that year and went and knocked off the top seed in the state at First Flight, Kitty Hawks. So
yeah.
We're completely fine with packing a bus up and rolling out there and getting off and competing with anybody. We're going to be okay.
That's awesome. Talking to Ryan Meadows on the Fixed NC Live Line. Ryan, who are some of the guys you'll be counting on coming up on Tuesday? Who are some of the players in the lineup you need to have big games for you?
Well, we feel like we've got a whole roster of guys that can certainly contribute. I mean, it's going to start on the mound. We've got 2 seniors in Brandon Warren and Hunter Forrest that have had a ton of experience the past 4 years, and a junior, Dawson Abels, who we're getting back from injury right now, who we feel like we can go to any of those guys tomorrow night. And, depending on the score or the situation, and it feels like we're going to advance, we may have to do one thing to save arms for later in the week. And if it looks like we're in survival mode, we're going to do that. So, behind the plate, one of our leaders of our team is Sam Tripp. We'll put defensively with anybody. He does a great job back there, makes our pitchers and our team better. And offensively, we feel like we're going to, we're going to put together a good game plan. And we're up against a really good arm, man, a mid-upper 80s guy tomorrow that, we're not going to back down from. And we did a few things today we think we got ready for, but hopefully we can, get them on, get them over, and get them in, and find a way to score more than them. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
And Ryan, before we let you go, best of luck to your baseball team and also all the athletics out at North Pitt High School. And I know you got to be excited about adding C.J. Wilson to the fray there with the Panthers. He'll be helping out with the football team. And as I said, when I heard that news, to be a high school player and get instruction from a Pirate legend, a NFLer, and a Super Bowl champion, I'd be ecstatic if I was one of those North Pitt players.
Yeah, they better be, man. I think he's going to be a good one. I saw CJ today. I was out there, and he was in the weight room, and I think trying to be in the beginning stages of organizing the summer lift program and the conditioning program. And I think he's trying to get a feel for what the culture is out there and what kind of buttons he has to twist and maneuver to not only keep what they have going the past few years, but improve on it. And Coach Wofford's there, does a great job, and I think CJ's there to help build upon what he's doing. And I mean, who wouldn't want to hire, like you said, a Super Bowl champion? So hopefully the kids will embrace it. The community I know will embrace it, and we're looking forward to having them.
Ryan, we will let you go. Good luck with North Pitt, and I hope it's a long run for your Panthers. And then we'll get you on, I guess, later. Is Legion Ball a go for 2021?
Yeah, our first game's supposed to be this Friday.
Good grief!
I don't think it's going to happen. We've already canceled Friday. We might play Saturday. We had a meeting last week with the parents and players on a Sunday, just while we had could take a breath and have one. And I told them, look, here's the game plan. Our first practice and game is TBA. We passed out uniforms, and the first time that we look up and we've got 9 players that can go play and start getting that ball rolling, we'll do it. So that is on the back of everybody's mind right now. We're very fortunate in our boundaries. We've got several teams, playing in this condensed and prestigious playoff run we're going to have. So we're going to worry about summer baseball, after you're knocked out.
All right,
we'll get there eventually, and we're going to have success.
We'll talk to you a month from now about that, a month or so here on Pirate Radio Live. Ryan, good luck, man. We'll be pulling for the Panthers, and we'll talk to you again soon, bud.
Cliff, thanks a lot for your support, man.
There is Ryan Meadows joining us. He's the head baseball coach out of North Pitt. Also, Pitt County, Post 39, got a game scheduled for this weekend while his North Pitt Panthers are in the playoffs. And we'll talk to Coach Mills. He's got travel ball. Ryan's got Legion ball on top of their high school baseball duty. So they are busy, very busy this time of year. All right, Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live on tap. Troy D will join me inside the Pirate Radio studios. We'll get a Nashville recap from Troy D and also make you a winner. Open up the Pirate Radio booty bag. That's on the way. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Gray Williams from the Pitt County Pirate Club, inviting you to join us on Saturday, June 19th for our first annual Cornhole Tournament presented by Miller Lite. There will be 2 divisions to compete in, the advanced and the competitive. Each division will have a doubles and a singles bracket. The total payout for the tournament will be $4,800. Hurry, space is limited. Sign up today by going to Eventbrite and searching Pitt County Pirate Club Cornhole Tournament or finding us on Facebook. Go Pirates!
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
When fun finally returns, Bud Light Legends don't just come back. They come roaring back, carrying a cooler full of Bud Lights, an inflatable dolphin, and those Velcro pads with the balls that stick to them. And this summer, with a cooler at their side, they're gonna make up for all the fun we've missed. Welcome back, Bud Light Legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers. Cooler up at BudLightLegends.com. Enjoy responsibly. 2021 AB Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Carolina Caliber has been has the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories, and is one of the top firearm dealers anywhere. At Carolina Caliber, they have everything you need for hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. Carolina Caliber will buy, sell, and trade. Carolina Caliber, locally owned and operated since 1960 on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Clip Rock, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, and Troy D. inside the Pirate Radio studios. Troy, welcome back to Greenville.
Good to be back, Clip, and it's good to get a little bit and be up there for the Super Regional. I believe this was my fourth. I was counting how many Super Regionals I attended. This was by far the most fun as far as a fan perspective, but it's definitely good to be back.
I would think Nashville would be more fun than Chapel Hill, Columbia,
correct,
Lubbock,
Kinston,
K-Town.
Yeah, no offense to my K-Tribe folks.
So, yeah, I would say without even going, if I had to rank the destinations.
In my super rankings of these super regionals, Nashville is easily number one on the list.
Did you sign a country music deal while you were out there?
I got to tell you, man, a lot of people that know me personally said, look, you're going to love Nashville. And people that have been to Nashville, I've never talked to anyone that went to Nashville and said, I didn't like it, I didn't have a good time, I want to go back.
Other than those women that got upset when the draft was there because they wanted to have their bachelorette parties.
Right. And that's not, they still want to go back to Nashville. They were just upset the NFL was there,
yeah.
Which I probably would be too crowded too. But
that was hilarious.
It was a zoo. But anyway, but people that know me said, no, you will love Nashville. And I was like, I'll say, I really thought it was overhyped, quite honestly. As far as a city and, what there was to do in the downtown. I've been all across the country and been plenty of fun places. I got to tell you, man, not lived up to the advertising, not overhyped. If you were looking for a fun weekend, a little getaway, whether it's a bachelorette party, whether it's a trip with the guys, whether it's your family, whatever, man, that's a cool city. That is a lot of fun, and it's relatively, I thought, safe and clean and fun and great music, and there was really nothing not to like, Clip. The only downside, which wasn't no downside for me because I don't live there, is it's way too far from the beach. If I lived there, I couldn't live there. But man, to go visit, fantastic.
When Pirate fans go on the road, they like to rank other fan bases as well. And, it's different. Some people have had a bad experience with a State fan where maybe others have had good experiences. How about you overall getting to know the Commodore faithful?
I will say this. It's a lot like families. Families are big. Everybody's got a family. When you start putting extended family, and think about your own family. You like probably most of the people in your family, but there's always one person you're like, oh God,
there's a black sheep.
Are they coming to Christmas dinner? Do we have to hang out with him for Thanksgiving again, or an uncle, or somebody an aunt, or somebody that drives you nuts in your family? I think Vandy's family, as the fan base, is pretty good, but they got that one crazy uncle that you want to break his fingers who won't stop whistling during dinner the whole time. Outside of the whistler, and I think there are two of them, but the one that was the main one sat right by me. He was almost like a half section over from the press box, and we were sitting right outside the press box. I told you on Friday, it was single-handedly the most annoying fan, and I've been around a lot of annoying fans, Clip. I've probably been an annoying fan myself. Easily the most annoying fan in the nation when it comes to college baseball. And I asked Vanderbilt fans, I was like, does he do this at basketball games? Because that would be even worse in a closed environment. Could you imagine in a smaller arena that whistle? Or does he do it at football games? And evidently this guy is, from what I understand, he specializes just in annoying people in baseball.
Good.
He's a baseball specialist.
Yeah.
But outside of that jackass, who I think the one thing we all agree on is awful. People that watched it on TV couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
People listening online couldn't, and you definitely hated it if you were there in person. We all agree, and I would say the majority of the Vanderbilt fan base I talked to hates that guy.
Do they just kind of deal with it?
They just kind of
guy.
Yeah. And I've talked to one of their officials. He said, "Look, there's really nothing we can do.
Yeah.
If he had a actual whistle he was blowing into, we could take it away as an artificial noisemaker." He said, "There's no artificial noisemaker. There's nothing. He just puts his two fingers in his mouth." And he does it. So there's not a lot really within the rules unless they just decide to kick the guy out. But he's such a big Vandy fan that half the fans would be upset about it, I guess.
Yeah.
The other half. So anyway, other than that guy, to answer your question, great fan base. I thought the fans were very nice, very welcoming. The staff that worked there was very friendly. Nothing negative to say about Vanderbilt, the Vanderbilt fans, the Vanderbilt experience, the Nashville experience, other than the Whistler.
The Whistler.
Who I could absolutely have throat punched if it wasn't illegal.
Yeah.
And I do believe Pirate fans would have bailed me out. Sure. And I probably would have. There's a lot of good attorneys in Pirate Nation that would have probably represented me pro bono. That's a big word for free. But I just didn't know.
7 letters.
Technically, I think it's 2 words. But I didn't, I was like, I've lived a good life. If I got to go down for taking this guy out, I've probably done a service to the sports fans.
Content is king, Troy. That would have been great content.
The thought crossed my mind. I'm like, God, this guy is like the worst. Like something needs to be done. But I was just like, it's going to have to be done by someone else.
You're not going to take the fall.
I just can't take the fall for this guy. And as I said, we're there now. I don't ever have to deal with him again. I mean, now I would like to schedule some home and homes with Vandy in football and basketball.
Definitely.
Because it would be great to have a reason to go back there, and especially with the ECU fans. It was a lot of fun on Broadway, as they call it, running into Pirates all over the place. And
well, Vandy's a popular answer to realistically who could ECU schedule from the Power 5, because we'd love to play
SEC team.
Like home and home.
Yes.
We'd love to play, obviously, Alabama and Auburn and all them. Vandy seems realistic.
I saw John Gilbert there, and my first comment when I see him again is, can we get Vandy on a home and home? Because that would be a fun game, and it would be a fun place to go to.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I'm at this point now just scheduling away games on the cities.
Yeah,
the
might
teams.
as well.
What's the best fan experience at this point? Where
Troy's
can we have the most fun?
Trying to get Hawaii back on the schedule. Working on that way.
Yeah. But, man, it was good. And unfortunately, look, the baseball was good. It was right there. And the Pirates, as you heard Cliff Godwood say, the Pirates are close, man. They're this close. On those games that are so tight, those bad calls do matter. On those games where that are really almost in essence that first game 1-0, a bad call can make the difference in a game, and momentum and all the unintended consequences that happen after that. So I'm not saying it's the only reason we lost, but man, the deck was stacked against East Carolina because Vanderbilt was so good and is so good. And then you've got the umps that just absolutely crushing you on a lot of times. It's hard. It's hard enough even if they call it straight down the middle. But then when you factor that in, I understand why Cliff's so upset.
And as a Braves fan, I went through many years of watching Greg Maddux get the calls on the outside that a lot of pitchers didn't. And it's almost like these great pitchers don't need help from the umps. The bad pitchers do. It's kind of like when rich people, like athletes and celebrities, go out, people buy beers for them. Well, they have their money to buy beers. They don't need the help. Other people, these pitchers don't need that extra help.
Like a rich person wins the lottery.
Yeah. You're already good.
But I think these catchers do such a good job of sometimes framing it up. And I think they almost try and fool the ump a little bit.
Sure, that's baseball.
Yeah, but they do. I think they fall for that.
No, these are off the corner. There's no way the ump. That catcher was pretty elite at what he does, but these were bad. These were well outside the strike zone, and they missed some that were strikes. It was just inconsistent, bad umping all around. Yeah. Cliff Godwin said what he could say. Can you hit cut 3? Shirley, his thoughts on the umpiring.
Oh, my goodness. Coach Godwin can't talk about that. So I just would tell everybody to go back and watch the game. It's on video. So I know one thing. When Cam Colmore, who's a 6-year senior, says that the 3-1 pitch is right down the middle, I trust that guy. He's seen a lot of balls thrown. So, and it is what it is, man. You go on the road, and we've been on the road every time for a Super Regional except 0-1. And we weren't at our home field. We were just in Kinston. So it makes it more difficult to win on the road. I think it's 75%, 70% of the teams that host go to Omaha. That doesn't mean that you can't do it on the road. It's just I've always envisioned that we would do it at Clark LeClaire for our fans. And it is what it is. We came on the road and we just weren't quite good enough.
I saw him say this in the post game when he's like, Shirley, just hit that beginning part one more time, where he goes, Cliff Godwin can't talk about that, and then we're going to stop it. Hit it.
Oh, my goodness. Coach Godwin can't talk about that.
Yeah, but when he said Coach Godwin can't talk about it, I envisioned like him having like a sock puppet on, like Mankind, and go, Coach Godwin can't talk about it, but CG right here can, and it's a sock puppet talking. And he goes into a voice.
Going with that bit?
Yeah, and he goes, these ups are terrible. And then he goes like, hey, it's not me talking, it's the sock puppet, CG.
Run that one by him, see what he has to say.
I don't know. For some reason, that image popped in my mind, like of Mankind with the sock puppet as an alter ego character.
These ups are complete trash.
For Cliff. Because I can't talk about it, but old sock puppet CG can.
Now, CG, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Oh, Coach, they were terrible. All CG.
That would have been hilarious, would it not?
Yeah.
It's not me talking. Talk to the hand.
Perhaps something he can go with next
just an idea.
Redbeard on the framing says it doesn't take much to fool a moron, and the umps, most of them are morons. So he's saying that maybe the frame jobs are working.
And I guess we're just so used to it. And I was going to put out there, I mean, we should have seen this coming because this was the same crew that worked ECU Tulsa in football.
Hey now.
Same crew that worked ECU Tulsa in football.
I said this is the same crew that worked ECU Tulsa in football.
Hello.
And you put out on Twitter. We've been going through this for years in football.
Correct.
Now baseball.
Now it's infected baseball.
I had to say, Troy, have you ever been to Minji's Coliseum?
No.
The home of the worst refs ever?
I know. I only had so much space on a tweet that you could do, but you're right. It's like it just happens all the time, and we see it in football, especially all the time. Of ECU just getting screwed. But now,
and when the stakes are raised that high too, it's like
you're down to the last 16 games of the year, they could find decent officiating.
Well, these are the best they have to offer.
But it's
kind of sad, right?
Right. That's what's so disturbing.
Yeah.
This is the best officiating.
Troy, stop breaking
no,
things.
I just broke my pen.
Relax. Take a breath.
I literally just broke my pen talking about it.
Troy, smash.
Coach Gowa can't talk about it, but I can. These guys suck.
Troy, mad.
Yeah. Dude, I just busted my pen.
That was scary.
Yeah. Who is this?
Took it out on the pen there.
Tim Sawyer, I'm going to need a new pen. All right. Either I'm getting stronger or your pens are weak. But no, it's like we see this all the time in football. You would think in the final 16 games, in the Sweet 16, they could have better officiating.
Well, the final 16. So you're talking about 8 regional. So
Right,
even
8,
less.
correct.
Yeah.
That's right. 8 spots. Can you not find? And there was 4 officials for each game. If you count the guys on the field.
3, I believe. 3 or 4. Maybe they do add.
I thought I saw 4 out there.
Maybe they add one for those games.
But anyway, you would think they could find decent ones.
Yep, we're on the lookout.
And is it just our games, or are all the games like this? I haven't watched. I watched a little bit of the state game.
College baseball has a much wider strike zone than Major League Baseball, but yeah,
I was just didn't know if other fan bases feel the same way we do.
I saw state fans all last night, and one even tweeted me "Hey, looks like we got those Nashville umps tonight in Fayetteville," and I saw it was crazy the amount of state and Carolina fans who were feeling sorry for ECU. Man, Vanderbilt, ECU's getting the screw job here. I was like, wow, this is weird. Strange bedfellows.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I watched state when it did. It did kind of make me sick to see.
Oh, definitely.
World Series. I'm not going to lie about that to my state friends. It is a little disturbing. But look, you got to give those guys credit. They got shellacked. What was it? 21-2.
Yeah.
You would have thought those guys call in the first responders because they are dead, or the morgue. But they came back from the grave. They beat the best team in baseball right now.
The number 1 team, Arkansas.
On the road. That is, I got to tell you, that is impressive.
Crazy stat you'll probably never see again. They advanced to Omaha with having a -17 run differential in their super regional.
Heard you mention that
outscored
earlier.
by 17.
It's incredible.
And they advanced.
Who would have ever? If I told you that, if I said here's the differential,
I don't think my brain could factor those numbers.
Who would
in.
you take as the winner?
Yeah, exactly.
You bet every dime you had.
Yeah, on the Razorbacks.
Now, where would we if the Pirates did beat Vanderbilt? I was talking to a lot of Pirate fans up in Nashville, hoping that we would, in that case, then maybe match up with NC State in the College World Series.
Yeah, I think they would be.
I didn't look at the grid to see how it.
I know we would match up first with the Ole Miss Arizona, I believe.
You want to talk about that? Would have been an incredible matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Not only do you go to the College World Series, but what if your first game was against NC State? You want to talk about? Listen, you know how special the Peach Bowl is to.
Oh no,
Troy D.
Yeah,
you want to talk about getting emotional? If they came and had a Peach Bowl win, the bottom of the 9th, walk-off grand slam over NC State.
Troy's in Omaha putting Fulton County grass on the field.
Just for good luck.
End zone grass.
Sometimes you spread the ashes of a loved one in a special place. Yeah,
you're sprinkling
I
a little
still
bit.
have Atlanta Fulton County field turf left in my collection.
Hey, Gavin, put this in your pocket for good luck.
A lot of it's dirt, but still, it is original to the field.
Yeah.
It's the Holy Grail. It's the holy ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very special place, special moment. That would be amazing. I'd blow my. I'd be off the charts if that was going to happen.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Let's get a break in. We'll come back. We've got more. We'll make you a winner at the end of next segment as well. Open up the booty bag for the first time this week. A lot more to go on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. We're back with you after this.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Now, Wes, you have a incredible ability to be able to spit off our IP address, but not have your zipper up on your pants. It's an amazing talent.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's fun as Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Do you find yourself hungry, but looking for some new and different options? Then the Bodega Market Cafe in Uptown Greenville is for you. They offer a full-service menu featuring breakfast, lunch, and dinner, also with a variety of unique vegan selections. Dine in or sit outside in their great outdoor dining area. Plus, they're always ready for pickup or delivery. Open 24/7 for your convenience. The Bodega Market Cafe, located in Uptown Greenville, across from the BB&T.
At U.S. Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to U.S. Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Hi, this is Morgan Ehlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. The ECU baseball season has come to an end after falling to Vanderbilt in the Nashville Super Regional 2-0. Vandy punches their ticket to Omaha. Virginia earlier today beat Dallas Baptist. They will be heading to Omaha. And former ECU assistant baseball coach Link Jarrett trying to get there tonight when Notre Dame takes on Mississippi State.
Yeah, whose staff was he on again?
He was with Billy.
That's what I thought.
Billy G.
Okay.
Troy D, real quick, and I saw Tom McClellan tweet this out today. Tom McClellan from ECU Media Relations said, "You remain in our thoughts, Rock, and we miss you." He is speaking of Thomas J. Rogeman II. Coach Rock, Rock Rogeman, who was an assistant coach here with Skip Holtz, and unfortunately passed away, Troy D, on this day in 2010.
Wow.
And you want to talk about
11 years ago.
To use a Troy D line, Central Casting.
Oh, man. You need a football coach called up Hollywood. Coach Rock Rogerman was your guy. I mean, he looked the part. He sounded the part. He acted the part. He was the part. He was great. I love Coach Rock. I hate that this happened to him. He'd still be around coaching right now.
One of those guys born to put on this earth to be a football coach.
A lot of fun to talk to, too. I love talking to Coach Rock. Always great for a soundbite.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that when you heard him talk, it was no question those guys would be willing to run through a brick wall for him. He was just that passionate about coaching.
And Coach Rock was one of those guys, memory serves me correctly, I don't think he was married. I don't think he had any kids. So football was this guy's life and passion. I mean, that's basically what he did, and that was his family, and that was his life. So, I mean, it was everything to him.
We had an old cut of him from a show on Pirate Radio, and we played it in our pregame open, Shirley, I remember.
A long time ago, yeah.
And we had it, and it's just one of the classic, it really kind of embodies what Coach Rock was as a coach and the attitude he wanted to bring to this ECU football team. And let's play that, Shirley, relive an old Coach Rock Rogerman highlight from when he was on a Pirate Radio show many, many years ago.
Maybe we did sneak up on Virginia Tech last year. I don't know. Maybe there was a perception that maybe we should have been in the same stadium with them. From them, I don't know. But I know it's not going to be the case this year. So we got to even be doubly ready to line up and go toe-to-toe against them. And I think that's the only way. You can't be cute. You can't be fancy. You can't invent a bunch of new schemes. You got to go toe-to-toe and hit them in the face and not flinch. That's what you got to do against a team like Tech. And that, hopefully our guys are developing that mentality themselves.
Hit him in the face, Troy D. Can't flinch, can't be fancy. You know what he sounds like? He sounds like a great coach for Mike Houston's staff.
I know. I was just thinking that. He'd fit right in with those guys.
No doubt.
Honestly.
Mike Houston would have loved Coach Rock.
Yeah, they'd be a good fit.
So Rock Rogman passed away on this day in 2010, and we will never forget him and the years he spent here at East Carolina as a part of Skip Holt's winning staff.
Absolutely. Great years those times.
Troy D, back in Greenville from Nashville. Kenny asking, what celebrities did you hang out with?
Funny, we were talking about that during the break. I believe I met Kevin Hart on Broadway. Of course, that was a few beers deep. So
I don't think that was Kevin Hart.
I thought it was Kevin Hart. We took a picture. I'll let you guys judge. And I believe I came across Blue from Old School.
Yes, you did.
You ever saw the movie Old School?
I can't confirm that one.
Blue actually has not died. He's
back,
alive and well.
Although it looked like he just got out of the hospital. From the video.
There were some interesting things. Seeing some things I can't unsee there too. It was some fun times.
So I'm guessing you found Hogan's Goat while you were in Nashville too. Okay. It's a Bryce
Troy,
Williams.
not much of a Pirate Radio listener if
no,
he's not
apparently
on the air.
not. Because Bryce Williams talks about that all the time.
That is a reoccurring Bryce Williams bit. If you find Hogan's Goat, that means you've had a lot of alcohol.
Oh, I never knew what he was talking about when he says that.
Hogan's Goat.
Hogan's Goat.
Yeah.
Sounds like something he'd say.
Troy D found Hogan's Goat. They're on, what do they call it? Broadway?
Broadway.
The main street there.
The main drag there, yeah.
Speaking of Bryce Williams, ECU football returning in September.
How many days?
I wonder how many days we are away from...
Bryce wore the number 80, I believe, when he played ECU.
Well, dang, you're right.
Dang. So how many... Is this Bryce Williams Day on the countdown?
Let's find out.
Who's our ring... what do we call this? I was going to say ring girl.
Ring person.
Ring person, yeah. Sorry.
I can't do it today. My neck hurts.
All right. So we're sitting in the reserves.
All right.
He's got the legs out.
Here she is.
Looking piratey today.
80 days and counting, Pirate fans.
Dang.
80 days to go until kickoff for ECU Pirate football. And unfortunately, with the conclusion of ECU baseball this past weekend, there's now nothing between here and the start of football season.
Pirate football's on deck.
Yeah. I always used to get goosebumps back in the day when Jeff Charles was calling baseball games, and it would be the last game of the season, and Jeff would be, kill the music, Shirley. Jeff, I need something like it. Jeff would be like, so that's going to wrap it up for ECU football for,
baseball.
ECU baseball for 1999, and until we greet you August 31st.
Bank of America Stadium.
In Ficklin Stadium back then, or Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, whatever. When did it change to Dowdy Ficklin from Ficklin? That was like in the 90s, wasn't it?
Sure.
All right, I messed up a whole bit. But anyway, Jeff B would be signing off from baseball. And then until we greet you for the start of ECU football, August 31st, Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, It would always get me goosebumps. Like, get me I was like, damn, there's nothing in between now and football.
That is a cool, neat story, Troy, if I've ever heard one.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't explain it that good. But
no,
if I had Jeff's audio story, it would be better. Like the way he would end it and pump up football season on the ending of baseball season.
As a diehard
kind of goosebumps.
Sports nut, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
it's like you know what really used to get my juices flowing in the summer, Troy D? A magazine.
Oh, Phil
and no,
Steele.
not those magazines you're taking.
Phil Steele.
At the time, it was more like, I guess, Athlon, Street and Smiths, but now it is the Phil Steele magazine.
Yeah. Well, there's certain moments that get when Red Zone signs off for the final time for the year.
Oh man,
it's always sad. Like
that's
it's kind
a sad moment.
This is our final broadcast. Thank you for watching this season because they don't do it during the playoffs, so it's like the last regular season game.
And you just sit there and stare at the Red Zone screen.
And you listen to the music, and I'm like, I don't want to turn it off. If I turn it off, it's over.
I always wondered why players, like when other teams are celebrating on the field, they'll sit there and watch.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, I wouldn't watch that. But that's like us watching Red Zone.
Correct.
Like,
Red Zone signed off.
Disbelief.
And you're still looking at the graphics. See you next season.
It's playing that NFL music.
Dun, 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 dun. And I'm not changing the channel. I'm not giving up on the season yet.
Because I know when I turn back, it's going to be nothing.
And then when you look, it does feel kind of like a death in many ways. Like the season has died. And that's why you saw all the players and coaches so emotional for East Carolina. Think about the time, the energy, the effort that these guys have put in. Not just this year in such a challenging year, but for some of these guys, for 6 years, Clip.
Yeah, the Bridges, Colmore, Smith.
Oh, man, those guys have been here. I thought my college career was great, and I was
and long.
Yeah, and I only got 5.5 in. These guys went 6 years.
Yeah.
You think about it at graduation, it's the end. It's kind of sad. This is the end of their college career. It's over. And these may be for some of them the greatest times of their life.
Well,
I'm not saying it's all downhill from here, but it could be.
Well, Tyler Smith literally said that, and he's got many more years on this earth, but he said these have been the best 5 years of my life.
And I've done a lot of great things and have a lot of great moments, but I look back at my ECU days, and I wasn't, a D1 athlete, but man, it was some of the best times of my life, Clip.
Yeah. Hands down.
I still have some of the best times, but I'm just saying, got a lot more responsibility now.
Yeah.
I heard I did make ESPN. Did you see us on with the Megaphone crew?
I did not, but I was told that you made it. I did not.
We were out there tailgating with them, and the camera crew came over to record everybody.
There you go.
So I was like, this reminds me of my college days. This is the stuff a young Troy D would be all about.
Did you post that anywhere? The video? Have you found it?
Not the video. Someone sent me the video. I posted a screenshot, I think, on my Twitter, but I'll put it out there for you if you'd like to see it.
I'm good. I was just curious.
No, I haven't posted on Facebook or anything.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm trying to limit my Facebook a little bit. I'm like trying to be more intentional about it.
Okay.
So it's not, I feel like a lot of people overdo it on Facebook, like too much sharing. So I'm trying to limit my sharing.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Not you necessarily, but.
No, well, I think maybe in the past I have. So I'm trying to cut back on that.
All right.
Trying to throttle down.
I do.
Posts.
You don't know this. I have a running scoreboard between you and Alan Thomas.
Oh, well, look.
You're way behind.
Yeah, I know. He is LeBron James to me in the D League.
You're on a social media diet.
Yes. It's a good way to put it. Alan is at the Golden Corral buffet.
And Alan's
eating his face off.
Yeah, in real life, he's in great shape. In social media life, he is a major fatty.
Yeah.
He's like the people that can't leave their bedrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not, either he takes pictures and posts them later, or he just teleports everywhere. Because he might be like in the Grand Canyons one day, and then he might be at like an F3 event the next day. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is true.
I am trying to limit my, not only like social media posting, but like my social media interaction stuff.
It's a diet.
And now we do a lot, obviously, for Pirate Radio. It's a vehicle for us to put a lot of content out there. But I feel like personally I need to ease off the gas a little bit.
I think we could all do that.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
Well, I do have a lot of people talk to me and did you see Clip say this? Did you hear Clip say that?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about on the air.
On social media.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah, but that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I said, Clip worked for a big corporate company. He'd be in big trouble, but luckily his boss is cool.
Yeah, I know what I can get away with. That's what I do.
There was something I'll have to ask you off the air about. It was pretty funny. I think Ronnie was telling me about it, actually, in the press box.
We'll talk about that during the break. Shirley, let's make somebody a winner right about now.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, let's make you a winner. 317-1250, the number to call. Shirley, what do you want to give away on this Monday?
Oh, let's do a shrimp taco lunch from Chico's.
All right, Chico's sounds fantastic.
Dinner too.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. A lot of great options at Chico's. Shrimp taco can be yours if you are caller number
12.
Caller 12.
And choice of sides. Rice and beans come with that too.
Love the rice and beans
Yeah.
at Chico's. Get a few chips too.
Yeah. Oh, chips, salsa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Make it a party. All right, 317-1250. We'll be back with our winner and more when we return after this.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
This is East Carolina head football coach Mike Houston, and I'm proud to announce that our youth football camp is back this summer for Pirate Nation. The Junior Pirate Camp is for kids in rising 1st through rising 8th grade and will run June 14th through 16th here inside Daddy Ficklin Stadium. Each camper receives official ECU gear along with individual instruction by me and our entire staff. To sign up, go to MikeHoustonFootballCampsLLC.com. Go Pirates!
The Tauber River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tarboro River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroRiverBandits.com.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique brew pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it.
Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Please drink responsibly.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip this summer? Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has recently added more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Looking for a professional to take care of your commercial properties? Gallenberg Lawns is here for you because customer service is number one. Gallenberg Lawns specializes in eco-friendly landscaping design, mulch, hedging, sod installation, pine straw, tree planting, and much more. If you need landscaping help for your commercial property, call Gallenberg Lawns today for a free quote at 252-253-5450.
Gatlinburg Lawns, we make it pretty.
Hey Birdland, watch the O's take on the Toronto Blue Jays June 18th through the 20th at Oriole Park. The first 15,000 fans, 15 and over, who attend the game Friday, June 18th, will receive a Cedric Mullins t-shirt. Plus on Sunday, June 20th, bring Dad to the ballpark and celebrate Father's Day. The first 10,000 males, 18 and over, who attend will receive an Orioles canvas beverage holder. Don't wait, spend your weekend at the yard. Purchase your tickets at Orioles.com/tickets.
Pirate Radio.
We'll strap it on with anybody, anywhere. It doesn't matter. I know this. I want to win or lose with the group that we have in our locker room.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville's new extended care clinic is now open Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for any urgent or the orthopedics care. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to Eastern North Carolina and the Pirate Nation for more than 35 years. And congratulations to Josh Lilly of Greenville. Picked up a shrimp taco lunch courtesy of Chico's. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's. Enjoy your favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Plus, ice cold cervezas and Chico's famous margaritas are always available. For Mexican food and fun, it's gotta be Chico's. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock. I'm going to take that phone and throw it out the daggone window.
Just in case you missed him.
Real loud sound.
Don't know what's worse, that or the bell that you have during December.
Oh, I hate that bell.
Who, if you'd like it as your ringtone, I can sell it to you, Pirate fans.
We should start doing that in Monday morning meetings, Troy, to get our attention.
This guy, unbelievable. God, and he looks exactly like you think he would look.
Like what?
Like how you thought he would look. I had a lot of people saying that to me. They're like, it's exactly like the sleazeball that I thought he was.
He definitely looks like he wants all of your attention. And look at me. And listen to me.
He's got the flow.
He's got a lot of flow.
No, only on halfway and then back.
Yeah.
He's got a modified.
Not much going on up front.
No party up front.
And it's a crappy party in the back.
Yeah. I did like the ECU fans after he started would go ECU.
That was good.
Crap. You do that too good. Please don't do that.
They would do the ECU.
That was scary.
Troy Jarvis is going to be
He's the new
whistler.
What
is that sound?
That was dangerously authentic sounding.
Maybe that could be my new thing at games.
No, let's not make that your new thing.
Well, luckily you only go to 2 games a year. So.
And so whenever we host a super regional,
not a big game till I get there.
Big game, Troy.
You will become ECU's whistler, and then people would go back home from our super regional and go back on their radio stations and go, ECU had this. Oh, they had a great fan base, except that one uncle who was whistling,
and he looks just like what you think he was. The ECU whistler, Troy D.
Yeah.
Dang, if that wasn't a thing before, you could.
Yeah, it's too much effort, man. That guy's got to be winded at the end of the
game. He does it nonstop.
I mean, it's not crazy. Occasional. If it was occasional, it's once in a while. It is non-stop. I mean, I don't think 10 or 20 seconds go by where he doesn't do it.
That's crazy.
It is the entire game. Like, you would think after a while you would just get exhausted.
Do they know how many years they've been doing this?
I don't know.
There's an article about him I saw, if people care, from the Tennessee.
And that's the problem. The more attention you give the guy, the more he likes.
Right.
You know, so.
Johnny says he's got the old hippie look, sporting the skullet. So that's what it's called. That is a great term for it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who said that?
Johnny.
Oh, that's pretty good. I don't know if that's a term, but it is now.
Yeah.
That's the good. Skullet. That's exactly what it is.
Kenny talks about limiting Facebook time.
Mullet.
Kenny says, should I be spending an hour watching and listening to you guys?
Yes. This is not social media wasting time.
This has been 3 hours.
You're entertaining, educating. This is like watching a TV show or a movie. You're listening to your favorite show. I'm talking about the mindless scrolling.
Like what I'm doing now. I'm like a robot. I'm
saying, I'm trying to limit the mindless scrolling and the posts that aren't meaningful. For me, everyone, I'm just saying, and I know I'm setting myself up for failure because my next post would be like, oh, this wasn't very meaningful.
Great sunset tonight in Greenville.
That might be meaningful, but I'm not trying to do it every night. So my family that doesn't live in Greenville could see how beautiful Greenville is.
Okay.
Or people that live in Greenville can say, oh, I missed that sunset, but what a beautiful community we have.
People in Alaska that don't have nice sunsets,
right?
Might want to see something like that,
right?
Might brighten their spirits.
But no, Kenny, you do not limit your time on our show. You limit your time at other times. Let's get it together.
Yeah, before 3 p.m. and after 6 p.m., you should limit your social media time.
Right. And you should still be notified whenever Pirate Radio makes a post because it's important.
Have your alerts on, people.
I'm just saying, a lot of people's posts aren't important, and it just eats up brain time.
It does. It is very true.
There's a lot of
and it is addicting.
There's a lot of meaningless posts on social media.
I am super guilty. It's very addicting. I admit I'm addicted to it.
Yeah, it is. I think there is something to that.
Yeah.
Like, so some people are addicted to drugs or drinking or whatever. This social media. I saw some documentary on it. They build this thing so you will get addicted to it. The algorithms and how they do stuff and.
The first step is admitting it.
I got that part done. Now I'm not going to stop, but at least I.
And I didn't say I'm stopping. I just said I'm trying to
cut back.
Much like I'm trying not to eat as much fried food. So doesn't mean I'm not going to eat fried food.
It's like a diet.
It's a diet,
right? But I'm not. You know what? I don't have to pig out every day.
Yeah. Maybe a certain type of post could be considered like carbs. Like I'm going to cut out my so and so.
Hey, and look,
or dessert. You can.
Sure.
Put more
say you go,
out there.
Say you go a good week or two with cutting back on a Saturday. Let it be a cheat day.
Just post everything.
Yeah, just go insane.
Here's my feet in the sand.
Just went and used the bathroom. I just went to the grocery store.
Walking down the road.
Just go on a rampage.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
All right, Troy, we mentioned Phil Steele a moment ago.
Yes.
Do you know when his mag drops?
I do. I saw an announcement that he finished the first 54 pages the other day. So it's getting close. He's got to do. I think he might have put that out there the other day. He's.
Here we go. June 13th, 58 hours.
58 hours on the last page.
Do math now. So it's coming out soon. And
sending some of the 352 pages to the printer tonight, but not all of it. So yeah, I'd say we're within the. It usually comes out around July 4th,
and we'll have our annual summer chat with Phil Steele at some point.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to hearing what he has to say about the Pirates.
No, we've had him on for like 17 years in a row,
and he's pretty accurate.
I
would say usually not just about ECU, but everybody.
And let's be honest, the big news of college football hit Thursday when we were on the road to Nashville about the playoff or potential playoff. Was that Thursday? I think it was.
You're talking about the big football news.
Yeah, football news.
We got one more break to get in. Let's do that now, and then we'll do the rest of the show.
If it wasn't baseball for ECU baseball, we'd still be doing it.
It is huge news.
Yeah.
In fact, we're looking for the catch. It sounds too good to be true.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it, and then we'll do our Mike Oresco impersonations about what he would have said about it.
That'd be fantastic.
If we had him on after a second bottle of champagne.
That'd be tremendous.
Can you do a drunk Mike Oresco?
I'll just slur I'll talk a little slower.
Just talk like he normally does.
Chandler said that, not me. Take a time out, come back.
I like Mike Oresco, you know that.
We'll talk college football and the potential for East Carolina to be playing playoff college football. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new Buick Encore GX 2021 and save over $3,500 or 0% for 72 months. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Former National Hockey League player Craig Cox. If you're going to get into a fight on the ice with a guy, what's the one thing you better do?
Better hit him more than he hits you.
But there is an art to the fighting, isn't there?
Everybody's got their own philosophy on, how to do it.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Here today with PD, also known as Brian Meyerhofer to his friends and family, YF3.
Waking up this early in the morning isn't easy, but when you're coming to meet a group of guys that you have so much respect for, it makes it a little bit easier to not hit snooze on that alarm clock. I was looking for some way to sort of diversify my workout portfolio, and this is a great opportunity to not only do something different every day, but to meet a bunch of great guys in the community. And you want to perform at your best every day, but even when you're not, this group of guys is going to be here to help push you and help you reach your best every day.
One letter, one number, F3. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
You can paint these peaches purple!
Classic sports moments never get old, and neither does classic food from CPW's. CPW's classic menu is bagged with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, the Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. Start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's, serving classics in Greenville since 1995. Stanton Square near the hospital.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Office Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Take a look at your stock market report for today. The Dow was down 85 points. It closed at 34,393. The NASDAQ was up 129 points at 14,128. And the S&P was up 7 at 4,255. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. And a new episode of the Pirate Radio podcast is now available on our Apple Podcast channel and SoundCloud archive. Pirate Radio podcast brought to you by White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Visit whiteclaw.com today. White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly. New podcast features Jeff Charles, the voice, going one-on-one with ECU Hall of Famer Jody Schultz. And you can listen to the podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing, or you can tune in about 5 minutes to the podcast at 92.7 FM at Greenville, 104.1 FM in Washington, and PR927FM.com. Now back to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, that is a name I hear a lot when I talk to older Pirate fans, Troy D, about your favorite all-time Pirates or toughest guys or, you know, guys you enjoyed watching. Jody Schultz, that name, and was a second-round draft pick in 1983. Not too many guys drafted higher than him in ECU history. Chris Johnson, Robert Jones, obviously, but second round, 46th overall pick of the 83 draft. Looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, we'll have that on tonight. And then looking forward, Wednesday night, we'll debut a brand new Press Box podcast here on Pirate Radio. Got Brian Bailey, Billy Weaver, and Brian Meador scheduled. And you.
Had Bailey on earlier.
Did I mention it to you? I meant to mention it to you.
Yes.
Okay.
We're ready to go.
Yeah.
for Wednesday.
And hey, a big thanks too, by the way, to Scott Muller and the great folks at Clean Eats in Greenville on Red Banks Road. They were our title sponsor for all of our on-location videos and a lot of our social media content over the weekend. So we filed most of that online on our social media platform. So thanks to Clean Eats for their support of that. Such a fun trip there for the fans, I thought. I know it didn't turn out the way Pirates had hoped, but it was a great time in Nashville. And we try to document it from outside the team perspective of everything. We get to do a lot of that during the week. We try to give a flavor of what was going on. We met some of the, obviously, player parents. It was great meeting those guys and just kind of give you an atmosphere of what was going on before the game, which Pirate fans showed up once again, took over the parking deck, which overlooks the stadium, Haskins Field. And ECU really did a great job of showing up there because it's still, look, that's not like going to Winterville, Clip. I mean, it took effort to get to Nashville. Time, money, expense, it was a big showing for East Carolina there, and I was really proud of the Pirates.
No doubt. Troy, we're about out of time.
Thanks to Big Daddy for driving, too.
Oh, yeah, Big Daddy.
So people are like, you drove? I'm like, no, I didn't drive. I rode in the back of an Escalade.
He's the
chairs.
He is an expert driver.
Yeah, he's my big friend that happens to be a daddy.
Yeah, and
he's Big Daddy.
Thanks to Big Daddy for all those Pirate beverages last Sunday when I was
you know Big Daddy
at Clark LeClaire. Troy, so last week it was announced. You're right. We would have made a huge deal about this if we weren't wrapped up in ECU baseball, but there is going to be discussion about extending and expanding the college football playoff, not to 8, not to 6, 8, 10, going all the way to 12. And this looks like Brett McMurphy thinks it's going to be a done deal, and they're going to go through with this. And bullet point real quick, the top 6 ranked conference champions, no matter the conference, will be in automatically. Right. And then they will have 6 at-large teams.
So basically there's no more class. If this is accepted for the playoffs, there's no more classification of Power 5, non-Power 5. What it is, you're either good or you're not.
Yep, that is correct.
It really kind of. Now I'm like you, Clip. I keep waiting for what is the catch, but they did not make an exemption for Notre Dame. In fact, Notre Dame in many ways gets punished by this because they're not in a conference. Even if Notre Dame is number 1 in the country, they will not receive a bye. The best they can do is be the 5th seed.
Correct.
You have to be in a conference if you want it. The top 4 teams of conference champions or in the conferences, is my understanding, will get a bye. But you have to be in a conference.
Yes. Yep, you're right.
So there's no exemption for Notre Dame. There's no automatic slot for them. And honestly, East Carolina has just as equal chance as anybody if they go out and they win their conference. And in fact, they ran the scenario. I think
Cincinnati would have been in last year.
Yeah, two.
And Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, 2 non-technically Power 5 teams would have made it last year.
Yep.
So I like this a lot.
It gives you something to play for. It gives you a seat at the table.
That's all I've said. Let every other sport, every other level of football, the playoff is a fair deal. It was only in Division I football where it wasn't fair.
And it's
manipulated. And I'm not saying this is perfect, but it's better than what they have now.
Absolutely. Currently, the way it is, if ECU goes 12-0, it's likely they don't play for a national champempionship. They play in the Peach Bowl or like Cincinnati did.
But in this scenario, they're in the hunt. And that's all I'm asking.
Yep.
Let it, just like this weekend. You know what? If the Pirates could have won 2 games, they would have gone to the College World Series. But they had the ability to be. They were in the tournament, and then whatever happens.
Yep. Give us a chance.
Kenny asking, what do you think will happen first? ECU making it the College World Series, or being one of the top 12 teams in the playoff for football?
Well,
I mean, I'm going to go baseball first.
Won 3 football games last year.
Is it Birdhouse or We Believe?
Birdhouse.
Yeah.
Definitely Birdhouse.
Yeah. But they're knocking on the door. They just got to kick that door in.
Yeah.
Right now, we're
trying to get to a bowl game in football.
Right. We're building the foundation, I believe, good. And I think Mike Houston's doing all the right things, but it's not going to happen overnight.
It is not.
But you know what? We say that, and what if they have a breakout year this year?
80 days away.
You never know.
Things off
why not?
state.
I mean, we're undefeated right now. They're capable of winning every game on the schedule if they choose to.
What do you mean they choose to?
Well, if they make their mind up and they say, we are going to play to our best, we're going to go out and win these games, it could happen. I'm not saying it's possible.
Okay. That's it for today's program.
I'm not saying they're going to run the table. I'm just saying it is possible.
Anything's possible. That is a weak argument to say. They could go 0-12.
This would be the name of my country album. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Live from Nashville.
Yeah.
Troy D.
I got the picture already reloaded.
Featuring the Whistler.
Wait, no, I'm just so dry. I can't do it now. Hold on.
One more whistle before we go.
Wait, I can't do it. Dude. I need more water. Taylor, water! Give me my water!
We're out of time. Shirley Chandler, we'll see you Tuesday, 3 o'clock. Troy D will see you Thursday, 5 o'clock.
Look forward to it. And remember, Press Box Podcast coming your way Wednesday evening. We'll have that on all of our podcast platforms and here on Pirate Radio at 6.
We will see you fine folks Tuesday, 3 o'clock. Have a great rest of your day. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio.